What up, lifers? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You're watching Dave Life After Dark, episode number 249. Dave Life After Dark, episode number 249. Diddy drama. Diddy drama. Look, y'all, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight, so I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. Let's start this off like we always do, the right way. Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us, Lord. I pray that you would just speak, Lord God, through me, less of me and more of you. Have your way, Father God. I thank you for everything that you've done for us. Please forgive us for all of our sins that we've committed, both by commission and omission, charged to our head and not our hearts. Let's have a great conversation. Let us glorify you, and let us just speak honestly. Let us speak honestly. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen and amen. What's up, everybody? Yeah. We back. It's Dave Life, man. It's Dave Life. Look, y'all, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, lifers. I appreciate y'all, man. Again, this is Dave Life After Dark, episode number 249. Dave Life After Dark, episode number 249. Diddy drama. Diddy drama, or Diddy lawsuits. No Diddy. Diddy lawsuits. No Diddy. Hey, I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Look, if you want to support Dave Life After Dark and Dave Life TV, hit us on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV. Cash App $ Dave Life TV. Hit us on Venmo at Dave Life. Now, I got a few people I want to bring into the building. I see some of my lifers in the building, man. I appreciate y'all. We got all of the regulars back. Let me see. Do we have anybody new? We got all the regulars in the building, man. All right. Hey, you know what? People are here. Word up. That's what's up. We're going to start from the top, man. Let's bring in the first person that got here. It's the man with a plan. He gets mad when I go see other barbers because he's still the best barber I've ever been to. So this is my homeboy, my brother from another mother, EJ, Fabulous Styles, Estevan. S, what up, dog?
What it do, man? What it do? What's going on with you, Dave?
I'm good, bro. Let me turn the music down a little bit. How you been, bro? You all right, man?
Man, blessed, man. I ain't gonna complain. Somebody really go wrong.
I heard that. We're gonna get into this, but man, thank you for joining today. Dude, Diddy drama.
Ooh. No Diddy.
Yeah,
no. Damn, Puffy. Damn.
No Diddy. Hey, I see somebody else has been that was real faithful last week. She flew out here, was out here for 2 episodes, and really just was great for the show. You know her and I know her. Her name rhymes with Sarah. Let's bring up my homegirl, Cara. What's up, Cara?
Hey guys. Good to be back in Atlanta, but LA was dope.
You good? Happy to be back in Atlanta?
Yeah, LA was dope, but Atlanta's home, so.
Hot Atlanta.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. Is anybody sipping on anything tonight? Anybody enjoying what they have? I have I can't show you, but I got a little vino. A little Pinot Grigio.
Gatorade.
Okay, yes.
Getting these fluids. Getting these fluids back in. You had a rough night last night.
You know what, S? That's a perfect segue because somebody else I heard had a night. Huh? And she said, Dave, I don't know. And I said, you know what? We need your presence. Come on through. And the best way to get over a hangover is have another drink. So come on up to the stage, my homegirl. From the
oh my God, Jesus.
Oh, that's what was going on.
I had a rough night. I went out with a friend that I haven't seen in a while. We're catching up, and I've been working because I got a guest bartending thing going on next weekend. So I'm creating and figuring out drinks and stuff like that. So that's mentally draining, and I needed a break last night, but...
Okay.
You turned way up.
A little bit, not too much, but I can't put up anymore. I'm not young.
Hey, I heard you coughing earlier. I know what that was. I did that. Yeah.
All righty. Hey, look, you guys, it is After Dark, and we are grown-ups. This is your favorite late night adult podcast, so we can have a drink or two. All right, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so I see somebody else in the building. She's ready. Hey, is she ready? Nope, she's not ready. She not ready. I see it. She over there. She told when I hit her and said, "Hey, are you ready?" When I hit her, no Diddy. Is that right? Can you? Is no Diddy? Is no Diddy to
No.
replace
Oh my
the pause?
God.
Is it
Are
no
we
Diddy or no?
replacing the pause?
I feel
Absolutely.
like I need to hit that button.
Absolutely, because it's there. It's there, and it goes a whole bunch of different ways too.
It does. When I texted her phone, she said, "Dave, I'm in hair and makeup," and she sees that she's in hair and makeup. So we're gonna come back to her. But I do see somebody else in the building, and this young lady right here, she been dropping us off with the one-liners the last 2 episodes. She has been hitting us with just crazy one-liners. Last time, she said, "Hey, y'all up in here sucking up all my AC. You need to put something on the."
Oh damn! Oh damn!
She said, "Put something on the bills." Come on to the stage, video lady, 18, Evette. What's up, Evette?
Hello, everybody.
What up, mama?
How are you, Evette?
Hey, Esteban.
You good?
Dave.
Good. Hi.
Evette, we need more light. We can't see you. We need more light, Evette. You sit in the dark.
All right.
Somebody been sucking up all your AC and didn't put money on that electric, did they?
I ain't pay the bill. I'm trying to tell you.
Ain't pay the bills.
Got no lights.
All right. Well,
Let me
can
go
you
get
find
my
some lights
ring
for us?
light. I will
Okay.
get some lights. So take me down.
All right. Yep. Come on back. Take you down. Pause. No Diddy. All right.
Damn.
I
Damn,
know.
Puffy.
Hey. Puffy done F the whole game up. All right. I see my homeboy in the building. He kind of quiet. You ready, bro? All right, I see. Listen, man, this is the conscience of Dave Life After Dark. And I say that because I always have to ask myself, well, actually, we ask each other, when is it worth it? And I still don't know. I finally figured out when it's worth it. I think the buck stops with him. He's gonna make it worth it. Whatever. Don't play chicken with this guy, because he not gonna blink. It's my homeboy, Mr. Al Tariq.
Hey,
What up?
let's go.
What's up, Al?
What it do, boy?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Living.
That's right.
Good, man. What's up, Al? How you been, bro?
Yo, man, things are good. Things
going well. I see you Prospect Ave. You looking clean, man. I got you. You in the building, man.
Yeah, man. Take that.
Oh damn!
God, please, no Diddy. No Diddy, we can't do that. Oh man,
Damn, Puffy.
he messed the whole game up. It's all messed up. All right, I see that girl. Are you ready? Are you still in here, makeup? Are you ready? I'm just gonna hit the button, right? Okay, cool. All right, look, it's that girl Sophie. We can't even give her an intro because we didn't get her hyped up. What's up, Sophie? Oh, Sophie, you're on mute.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
What up?
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely amazing.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I am so ready. I've been so hyped about this all day.
Damn, Puffy.
I'm still in hair and makeup. I went to the gym and I got back late. And Dave was like, "Are you gonna be ready?" I'm like, "Yes." So when he called, he's telling you no lies. I'm in hair and makeup.
You getting prepared for us?
Of course.
Literally eyelashes.
Hey, ain't mad. Ain't mad at it.
So what to do, Dave? What's going on? I see you flipping.
Man, you know what? Tonight I had to get everybody together because it was just too much going on in the news, you guys. This is episode number 249, and the name of the episode is Diddy Drama. I was gonna call it Diddy Lawsuits, but I just said no. I'm gonna stick with Diddy Drama because it's number one. It's 4 lawsuits related to what's going on with Diddy right now. 4 lawsuits. And here's what I'm going to ask. If anybody has their computer, Cara, Sophie, Michelle, if anybody has a laptop or a computer, y'all can Google some stuff for me. Let's just look up the 4 lawsuits. I know that there is one from there's 5.
It's fine.
Damn,
Wow.
Puffy.
Do you have them in front of you?
I was reading an article on NBC News earlier today. Let me see if I can find it. But there are 5 civil
While you're doing that,
lawsuits.
oh, you found them?
Looking.
I give you a chance to browse it, and I'm gonna set up the topic, okay? And I'm gonna see if Evette. Okay, Evette is back. Hey Evette, you ready? Yeah, that is better. Yep, we got you. We got you. Alrighty. So while Cara and others are looking up information, I'm just gonna go off of what I have. There's a few different videos and things like that that I'm gonna pull up. So y'all be praying with me because I'm hoping I'm pulling up the right information. Because I have a lot of you know what, you guys, when as you're going through and preparing for the show, it's so many things. It's like, yo, so many things. So I'm gonna set this up. We're gonna talk about the lawsuits. I know that there were at least 4, and then Cara says there are 5. Okay, so here are the 4, or here are the ones that I remember. The first lawsuit was that I remember, is everybody knows Cassie, right? Cassie Ventura. She went and hold on, Cassie. There you go. Let me share this. There you go. Share this picture of Cassie if I can. Boom.
She looks like J-Lo. She looks a lot like J-Lo. Anybody
Yeah,
notice?
she does. She does. Let me see. There you go. Boom. All right, there you go, guys. Bam. Cassie. There you go. That is Cassie Ventura. That is Diddy's ex. Let's see if this is a better way. That might be a little better. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's Cassie. If you don't know, Cassie Ventura was with Diddy for 10 years. She filed a lawsuit, and Cara, jump in at any moment. But Cassie filed a lawsuit basically saying that during the 10 years I was with Diddy, he sexually abused me. He drugged me. He coerced me into doing things. He made me not only solicit male prostitutes, but sleep with male prostitutes. And he would film it. And it was basically abuse and things of that nature. Did I miss anything on that, Cara?
Controlled substances were also involved.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Did you say that she got him male prostitutes?
He made
her lawsuit.
The other way around.
Go ahead. No.
For him
Go
to
ahead,
watch.
Cara.
So the lawsuit alleges that he used male prostitutes and forced her to sleep with them while he watched.
That wait a minute. That he forced her to sleep with them?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. What else did that lawsuit allege?
It was, so many things.
Controlled substances.
That he
like you
essentially
said.
controlled her entire life. He had uncontrollable rage. And then I think there were freak offs with other men. And
Right.
it took place over many different locations. So
Yeah.
I think it was
So
a
that was
10 or 11 year period.
Yeah, 10, 11 year period. That was the Cassie lawsuit. And for those that don't know, I know, Michelle, you said you heard about some of this, but you needed to look it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to use Michelle as our audience that is just learning about it, as amongst others that may be watching.
I know a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. What have you heard about the Diddy lawsuits?
I've been going through the TikTok and trying to inform myself. I know what happened, the ratings. I kind of know why it happened.
Hold on. I'm getting a little bit of echo. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm getting. Did y'all hear a little bit of echo?
Can you hear me now? No.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's like the sound is. So everyone, go on mute if you could.
Yeah. Hear me now? Good. Better.
I check 1 2. Okay, say
Hello,
something,
hello?
Michelle.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Your sound is.
Is that better?
Yeah, your sound is. It's better, but it's
know.
warping. Anybody else hearing the warping?
I don't know. Like,
Nope.
Yeah.
Sounds clear to
Maybe
me.
it's just you. It's you, Dave.
Cara's hearing it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go on mute. Tell us what you know about the Diddy.
Well, like I said, I just know the lawsuits, the ratings in his house. The best part right now, and it's entertaining for me, and I know it's really a bad situation, obviously, but the memes, that's kind of like, I see people, how everybody's reacting, and everybody's making fun of, like, you know, they got Diddy right now. They didn't get Epstein and all that comparison and just learning about it. Like it's interesting. I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to ask questions and learn more with you
Yeah.
guys.
Hold on, Cara. Did you hear the warping sound, Cara?
That is so weird.
Okay. Yeah, Evette heard it. Cara heard it. Yeah. Yeah, it's something going on with your mic, Michelle.
Maybe. 'Cause
So it was a
I
gremlin.
only-
It was like, yep,
Yep.
yeah.
Like as you're talking,
That's
it's going
weird.
you.
Should I let me try again in a minute. Let me disconnect and then try again, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna take you down to the green room and then come on back, okay? All right, check 1, 2. Yes, it was like a yerp, up, yerp. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I was making sure it wasn't just me. First of all, man, shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. Shout out to everyone that's watching on Facebook, and shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram. And yes, we are live. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I need to let the people on Instagram know that we're here. So, what else? What other lawsuits were you able to find, Cara? Can you come off of mute and then tell me what you were able to find? You can't hear anything, Cara?
I'm not hearing any warping anymore. But what I
Okay.
was going to say is the next lawsuit, and it kind of went under the radar, was filed the very next day, I believe. Let me double check. But it was filed the day before the Adult Survivors Act was set to expire. So Joey Dickerson Neal said reportedly, according to NBC News, that she was inspired to come forward because of Cassie's lawsuit. And she
I remember that
alleged
when
that,
is that the one? She's the one that alleged that she was sexually assaulted by Diddy and
yeah,
someone else.
said she was drugged, sexually assaulted, that it was recorded without her knowledge while she was a student. And she agreed to have dinner with Diddy on a winter break from Syracuse University. So that's when she was drugged, according to her, and took her to a place that he was staying. And she didn't have the physical or mental ability to fend him off. So, and then I think she also mentioned that a male friend filmed the assault and showed it to other people. Of course, Combs has denied, but
Right.
and she's alleging that it took place when
was
she was 16.
was she the one that said that it was another R&B singer?
Yeah.
There was a lawsuit that threw a name out, that threw out Aaron Hall's name.
So there's another one, and I'm trying to find her name. I think it was Gardner. Let me see. Liza Gardner. So this is lawsuit number 3. This is the young lady who was 16. And she's saying
Okay.
that either in 90 or 91, she and a friend met Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall at an event held by MCA Records in Manhattan. After the party, she was invited back to Hall's apartment along with Mr. Combs. That's what she's alleging. And they both offered her drinks throughout the night. So what's interesting about this to me is if they met at an official MCA event, what is the likelihood of the record company also being liable for any of the two artists' individual acts and how they might have been co-conspirators? And I didn't really follow up with this individual lawsuit. I probably should have. But Hall did not return NBC's request for comment. So, and of course, Combs denied her allegations, as he's done with all of them. So,
Yeah. Mm.
Damn. Bro.
Yeah. It's a lot, man. And then the newest lawsuit is the producer, Lil Rod.
no,
Rodney
there's
Lil
still more
Rod
before that.
Jones. Oh,
Absolutely.
continue.
There's
What'd
a
you find?
couple more. So there's a Jane Doe that said she was gang raped at 17, and that was filed December of last year.
Mm.
So she said the assault happened in 2003 when she was 17 and Combs was 34. So her lawsuit is indicating allegations of gang rape and sex trafficking by Mr. Combs and Harvey Pierre, who is a former longtime president of Combs's record label.
Yeah, Harvey Pierre,
So
former president of Bad Boy Entertainment.
this is very similar to what happened with Cassie, they are bringing in the corporations because it makes it a lot easier to settle. The insurance companies get involved, the board of directors gets involved, and settling usually happens sooner rather than later. So it's going to be a domino effect, and I imagine more people will come forward. Whether or not he did it, I don't know, but it's not looking too good. I haven't heard anything positive from women that I know personally that have had interactions with him.
Really? Okay.
So
Perfect segue. I hope. Well, you know what? Yeah, I probably can't play this audio, so I will just I'll share the screenshot. Recently, Torre, you guys know the journalist Torre. He was on the Ride Out or the Readout. I'm sorry, the Readout on MSNBC, and he told a personal anecdote, a personal story of how Puffy allegedly, and I wanna, you know what, I do want to take a moment to just say something, I guess publicly to everybody. I want to make sure that we don't slander anybody, right? I want to make sure, and I'm not talking to you guys because you guys already know this, but we want to make sure that we take the allegations seriously and that we report the facts and tell the truth and then give our opinion on the facts and the truth. You know, we don't want to get into slander or, you know, if we want to discuss something that's out there, we can, but let's of course do it with respect because people have been wronged in these situations and Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. So I just want to put that out there, disclaimer for everybody. So Torre got up on the readout on MSNBC and he explained that he knew someone personally, a family member that needed an internship. This is 10, 12 years ago. And he asked Diddy, could his family member have the internship? Diddy said, sure. And as he did the internship for 2 or 3 months, all of a sudden the internship suddenly stopped. And when he asked his family member, hey, so what happened? What happened? Family member didn't want to talk about it. He said, you know what, I don't want to talk about it. And it was a male family member. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. Right. And so, you know, he's like, yo, no, like, why did the internship stop? You were traveling, you were learning about the music business, you know, Diddy is a successful mogul, like, and the family member said, I don't want to talk about it. So now he said 10 years later or so, his family member finally told him what happened. And according to Torre, and this is on, you know, the readout on MSNBC, according to Torre, he said that Diddy told his family member, hey, come back to the crib and sleep with me when the internship is over. Like, come back to the crib and be intimate with me or the internship is over. And the family member said, hell no. And the internship abruptly ended. And the guy came back home and I guess had to go back to school and not have his, you know, chance of a lifetime experience in the music business. And that's coming straight from Torre. So I don't want to play the clip because it's copywritten, you know, it's MSNBC. And I don't want to get flagged, but I showed the screenshot because that was real.
Respected journalist.
Reaction. A respected journalist who's saying a personal family member told me what happened. And he said, I had Diddy's number. I could call Diddy and be like, hey, man, you know, can I come interview you? Hey, I need internships. Hey, like he was like, you're a black man in business. I'm a black man in business. There's a professional friendship, if you will. And then this happens. So before we even continue with the rest of the lawsuits, everyone, it's open. Give me your reaction to something like that, man, where, you know, Diddy, you know, allegedly is making these kind of offers to family members of people that he knows. Like, that's flagrant. Open floor.
He's just messed up. I mean, what else can we say? Can you guys hear me now? Better?
It's still a little echo thing. Don't worry.
I don't know. She's coming up. She's coming across clear on my end.
Okay, well, go ahead, Michelle. We'll figure it out.
No, I just said it's messed up in every single way. It's messed up. Sad. I mean, why is it's always the famous people that get into this, and it's unfortunate for the victims. And I wish that people would come out sooner. That's one of my big pet peeves about these situations. Why don't they come out right away? And why they have to wait 10 years? That doesn't help. So
Can I address that
Mhm.
a little bit though?
Yeah.
So part of it is absolutely money for some people, but then other people are terrified. Diddy is no
Yeah, no, I
average
get it.
man, in terms of power and influence. And I mean, I grew up in New York City, and I remember he would be able to shut down Macy's as he wanted. Like Macy's, I think it was at 34th Street, which is like a huge flagship store. They
Yeah.
had a whole half a floor that was just for Sean John. Sean John wasn't that hot, but he has reach, he has power, he has influence. Like it's not your average situation. Even everyday people, if somebody's boss is pressuring them, sometimes they don't even feel comfortable. So can you imagine someone of his, stature having complete ability to shut you down? I don't know if some of you guys remember back in the day, Wendy Williams, before she was run out of New York City, she was run out because of Diddy. She had said some things about his sexuality, and I didn't catch that broadcast personally, but she was fired from her radio station and had to move to Philly. And I kind of wish she had her faculties today to give her thoughts on this. And it was Diddy that ran her out of out of a whole city, shut her career down. And she was a famous radio person at the time. She wasn't as big as she has grown to be, but everybody knew Wendy Williams in the tri-state area. She couldn't get a job anywhere. So it's not that easy. And I do wish people could come forward sooner, but they're already in a compromised state. They feel unsafe. And I know you were saying you're not as familiar with some of the allegations, but in Cassie's lawsuit, there was an allegation that she was dating another artist, and he didn't like that. And he threatened to blow up a car. And a car, in fact, was blown up in front of this man's home.
I'm going to speak on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and name some names. And Michelle, I'm just going to, you good. All right. So I'm going to name names only because, Cara, this was put out in public record. So we're not slandering anyone. But yeah, I believe, man, it's two things. Number one, Cassie used to date Ryan Lesley. Cassie, and speak on this if y'all remember. Ryan Lesley made the song Diamond Girl. Diamond Girls back in the early 2000s. And I know that Cassie was dating Ryan Lesley, and they claimed Diddy stole Cassie from Ryan Lesley, like came in and wooed her and, stole her. Now, I feel like you can't steal my girl if my girl is really my girl. If you could steal her and she wasn't really mine. Can anybody agree with that? That shouldn't have been able to happen.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But Diddy got muscle. He got people around him. He has always not been afraid to.
Sound like she went with the
Go
paycheck.
ahead.
Sound like she went with the paycheck.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just that. So I had the opportunity. I actually met Ryan Lesley. I interviewed him some years ago. He's a really cool guy. And while I don't know him personally, he strikes me more laid back, relaxed, chill. Like, I don't feel like he would, I'm trying to say how to say this nicely.
Entertain it.
I don't feel like he would stand up for himself in certain situations.
He a little soft.
So I'm not gonna say that. He just seemed a little bit more laid back. But seemed like a very nice guy. Now you have to remember how young Cassie was at the time. I believe she was a teenager when she first came on the scene. And from what I've read, that originally she was offered studio time and then was given some sort of 360 deal. So she felt like her career was in his hands and she couldn't go anywhere. That's what I imagine happened. I don't think he was so sloppy that he just tried to steal her. I think he promised her all of these things with her career to an extent that she probably didn't believe that Ryan Lesley could deliver.
But Ryan Lesley, and I agree with you, Cara.
She went with the paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you say paycheck, I just want to be clear that it's not just, oh, I'm dating the bigger guy. I think she really just thought, oh, my career is going to take off. I don't know if you remember, she had a great start.
It's paycheck. I hear you saying
Yeah, but when
it's the
you say
paycheck.
paycheck like that, it sounds more like I'm
It's
just dating and I don't plan on having a career.
no, it sounds just like it is. Like this person is able to do more for me, advance my career, yada this and yada that. She went with the paycheck.
Yeah, but there's two different
And
ways of
that's
going with the paycheck. There's
and that's
just
fine. Whatever she did,
Yeah, it's
she
fine.
did.
Yeah.
Obviously, she moved where. I mean, let's just back it up because I'm kind of waiting for y'all to come up to cases that
Yeah,
are not
we trying to get
already
the Lil
closed.
Rod.
I want to talk about Carisha, but we can get this is since we're here, we're here. She's a young girl. She can sing. She has the look, and she's trying to navigate with these grown men. And I'm sure that there was a thought that should I go here with this guy who's maybe popping, or should I go with Diddy? She went where she felt would advance her career. And that's probably the same reason why a lots of them stay in situations because they're all career moves. The intern, the guy who used to follow around him with the little umbrella. There are several people, even the eat the cake thing. People are going to do whatever it takes because they want this thing called stardom. They want the fame. Now we're looking at the Netflix movie about, Quiet on the Set. Everybody is placing their children in the hands of someone that they feel like is going to advance their children's career. Aaliyah, and there's like Michael Jackson. The list goes on, and it's so unfortunate that people are trusting these adults with their children, and they're being abused, and then in turn they're being paid off or hushed off.
hmm So it's the parents' part, a big fault in that.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't know. There was one
You
guy
have to know.
that
You have to know something.
No, you don't.
you
No,
can't.
you
Come
don't.
on,
No, no.
come
If you're
on.
not from that world, you
I'll
don't.
let you
but
elaborate on how you think someone would have to know if
Okay,
someone's being abused.
okay.
Like,
My daughter is 17 years old and she's hanging out late at night with this celebrity. Why is my daughter at this party? Why? Okay, she did a studio session at 2 in the morning. Why am I not there? This is my 17-year-old daughter with grown men that do grown man things. And sometimes these grown men are foul. They ain't raised right. And then you hear about the stuff that happens in the industry where these grown men are sleeping with little kids. My daughter's there. I'm there.
okay, I'm
That's a great
I'm
point
not
too.
you're a
make it a
different type of
personal
daddy,
thing.
though, than you're
I'm
that
just
daddy
saying,
that's going to be there.
yeah, I'm just saying in general. I'm not going to make it personal, but
Uh,
I would
Yeah.
imagine someone has a 17-year-old child. There's trust built, and if she knows she's trying to get in the industry, that you may allow your child to make decisions. You may track their phone. I'm talking about those of us in the back that kids are afraid, that get the phone calls. Mom, I'm here at Janice's house, and mommy, I need you to come get me because they're over here doing drugs. And not all the time children make that phone call. They're uncomfortable, they're embarrassed, they may have
Yeah.
done something and they don't call you. So for someone to say, how come the parents don't know? There are several parents who don't know. I know people who were molested by their grandmother, siblings, and they did not know because of fear. And in
Yeah.
most of these celebrities cases, because we're talking about it, they're trying to advance the career and they don't know. So they're
Okay.
doing
So
whatever it
Sophie,
takes just to get to it.
let me jump in,
I
you
can.
guys. Let me
Sure.
jump in because I want to continue the conversation, right? Which I'm trying to get us to the chronological. Here's how we got here. I do know that Cassie was with Diddy, and the thing that you mentioned with the other person, was it Cassie dating Kid Cudi? Oh, did we lose Cara? Oh, there you go, Cara. Hold on, let me add you back. Hey, Cara. Now,
Yeah,
Cara,
sorry.
was it that Cassie was dating Kid Cudi also, or was someone else dating Kid Cudi?
I don't know if they were technically dating, but they had some sort of relationship, whether platonic or romantic. And
Right.
the allegation is that Mr. Combs did not like it.
Yeah, and a comment was made saying, "Yo, Playboy, I'll blow up your car." And then sometime later, Kid Cudi's car actually blew up, and no
You can
one could
confirm
connect
that,
it back
yes.
to Diddy. But if he's making those kind of threats and then it happens, you know, yeah, Diddy
And
out
then
there,
nothing
man.
happened to him.
We're talking
That's
And
about
the
the
nothing
scary
happened to him.
90s.
thing.
Everyone was untouchable back then. They were moving drugs and they were doing things. A lot of things happen. If we can, I'm not sure if everyone, I'm telling on myself, I'm a 70s baby, but like think back. Yeah, there wasn't phones, there wasn't a lot of the cameras that are on buildings. A lot of things did not happen. So when we're talking about it now, we're like wondering, it's easy to go ahead and pull up with some unmarked cars, do what you have to do, and get the hell on. There's no one standing outside with cameras, videoing, and all that stuff. We're finding out this now because people now are talking about it, and they're not going to have any evidence, and they're not going to have receipts. All they're going to have is their reputation, and some of them have bad reputations because that's a part of it. You know, I'm going to put you in this situation, I'm going to put you out there to do all this. We have one woman that when we bring it up to get a little bit closer, she calls herself a whore with the W. So for her
Yeah,
to come back now and say, oh, he was abusing me, we're going to look at her like you're crazy. But we're not in 2024 yet, but we're back then. There's lots of things. Cassie shaved the side of her head because Diddy saw another woman in the
yeah,
club, a white girl, and she looked so fly. He was like, you're going to cut your hair like this. And there's a clip of someone
yeah.
talking about that. And the next day, Cassie had the side of her head shaved. And we remember when Cassie had, you know, so she was in
Yeah, it
that
was a
Yeah.
mode.
lot going on. It was a lot going on
You
in
know,
that period. Go ahead. I'm
A lot.
sorry.
Awful.
back in the day, I had the opportunity to work at Bad Boy, and one of my older cousins told me if I accepted the job, he would end up going to prison. So I don't think it was that big of a secret, especially in the New York City area. It's like one of those things that I can only liken it to probably what was happening in Chicago with R. Kelly. I had no
Yeah.
idea it was this bad, but like my family was like, you're not working there ever.
Yeah. All right. So look, I
Damn.
want to since we're talking about Chicago, I want to jump here to this Chicago producer. I know we kind of skipped over some of the other lawsuits, but the main one right now is Rodney
That's the next one.
Jones. That's the next one. Okay. And we'll get to the fifth one hopefully, but I really want to stay on the Rodney one right now.
Mhm.
All right, Lil Rod, Rodney Jones. This is a producer from Chicago, and Diddy recruited him to work on his R&B album, the Love album that went out, and apparently, it was the best progressive R&B album of a certain period of time. And so, Lil Rod, this brother, worked with Diddy. He traveled with Diddy for 2 years, and I'm summarizing, Cara. If I missed something, let me know. He worked with Diddy for 2 years. Traveled with him, maybe it was 3 years. Traveled with him, went everywhere. Wrote, composed, and I think 4 or 5 songs that he wrote ended up on the album, and they were apparently pretty good songs. And he was never compensated. It was a work for hire, which means you do work, they pay you money, and then Bad Boy Diddy gets to keep the rights, the rights to the actual work, but you were work for hire. And after 30 months, I believe it was, of working with him, eventually Diddy paid him $29,000. And he was like, hey man, you didn't, the agreement was I would get paid this, that, and the third. And he was like, you gonna take this or leave it. And then he went and started GoFundMe. If I can find that, he started a GoFundMe saying, hey y'all, help me sue Diddy. Right?
Damn.
Go on mute. Somebody's pouring up. Go on mute for me.
I thought I ordered a Mexican cake and it actually is Mexican Coke. So I'm over here like my
Okay.
order got totally messed up, but I'm listening and I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Well,
Go
it
on.
ain't, at least it ain't. We're gonna talk about pink Coke in a minute because that was part of the lawsuit. All right.
Okay.
So he started to GoFundMe, said, help me sue Diddy Combs. Rodney Jones, he's organizing a fundraiser. And he was saying, look, y'all help me sue Diddy. And you see it at that point in time, he only raised $1,500. Now, I don't know the timeline when the Cassie lawsuit came out and when he decided to put a civil lawsuit out. But eventually, Lil Rod Jones decided to put out a civil lawsuit against Diddy. And I'm sure you have the details of everything that's in there, Cara. But that lawsuit is the one that started the latest frenzy. So many things have happened because as a result of that civil lawsuit. In that lawsuit, I'm just going to throw out some of the allegations. In the lawsuit, he claimed that Diddy sexually harassed him, groped him, meaning sexual abuse. He claims that Diddy tried to ply him into a homosexual lifestyle. He tried to threaten him into a homosexual lifestyle. He said that, and you know what? I need to put his picture back up so people know who we're talking about when they go back and watch the replay. Yeah, here we go. All right, Lil Rod Jones. He basically said, "Hey man, look, I am a heterosexual Christian male. I was with Diddy for 30 some odd months, traveled everywhere he told me to go, live with him." He said Diddy forced him, allegedly, this is all alleged, in his lawsuit, he claims that Diddy forced him to watch him walk around the house naked, that Diddy tried to ply him into a homosexual lifestyle. He said that Diddy showed him videos of one of his idols, Stevie J, in a homosexual interaction and said, "Hey, people do this in the industry. This is what people do. You should get comfortable with this lifestyle." And the dude was like, "Yo, man, I don't care what you show me. I'm a Christian. I'm heterosexual. I'm not into that." But he said Diddy kept harassing him. And again, this is more about the crime and the harassment and what Diddy's doing or allegedly did. He claims that Diddy tried to pass him off to other celebrities. There's pictures of Cuba Gooding Jr. on a yacht with Diddy talking to him, and in another picture, there's a picture of him touching Lil Rod on his thigh and hugging him around the neck. Now Lil Rod is laughing, and he's like at a computer working on some production, but he says, you know, Cuba continue, and Lil Rod says it was non-consensual. So he's claiming sexual harassment and sexual abuse and things of those natures. He also claimed, and these were some of the things that came out, he said that, well, Cara, did I miss anything so far?
A couple
called you right as you were taking a sip.
We're not gonna.
A couple
So
things. He filed it in federal court, which brings a whole different level of resources, and it covers a wider territory. So he's alleging that because he was living and traveling with Diddy, it took place in several states. What is also really interesting to me is they've used the RICO charges. And so a RICO enterprise is anything where individuals or groups of people that act together to violate pretty much the RICO statute. So people more famously think about gangs or, you know, the mob, but it's any group of people, whether they are indirect or indirect contact, working together towards some larger goal. One of the other interesting cases we had a few years ago, I don't know if you remember the Atlanta public school scandal.
Yes.
No.
That was, well, they were saying that teachers were like fixing grades and trying to falsify records to make their schools look better, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was some financial incentive behind that. I don't want to get too far in that rabbit hole, but although some of the teachers had never spoken to each other because the grand scheme was all under one umbrella, they were able to use RICO in that particular case. And so in this case, his attorney did a pretty good job, and I didn't read the entire suit word for word, but tying all of the parties in. So Justin Combs was listed, one of Diddy's chief of staffs, Christina, I can't remember her last name, the Universal Music Group, Sir Lucian. I'm trying to go through my notes. Sorry.
Yeah. So
and there was there's also a former CEO Ethiopia. They're all listed as defendants, and so she's.
And there was a white guy named Brendan, right? A white guy named Brendan something.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the drug mule.
Allegedly.
The drug mule. Can I jump in right here?
Go for it.
So allegedly, he named all of these defendants, right, in the case, corporations and people. And again, one was a white boy, and excuse my language when I say white boy. I'm not trying to disrespect the young man, but he's in his 20s. Diddy's in his 50s, but a young white male who was commissioned to carry the guns and carry the drugs. All right. That's what Lil Rod said in his complaint and in his lawsuit, the civil lawsuit, right? So you're reading stuff about allegations about Stevie J, allegations about, and the lawsuit was pretty egregious. It said stuff like Diddy had sex with a male R&B performer who did the Super Bowl. He left hints like that. He said, Diddy also allegedly had sex with a male rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj. So it would drop hints like that. And of course, if you know pop culture, you know who the names are alleging. So I'm not gonna lie, Cara, Sophie, Al. I said this is messy. At first, I said, man, it's messy. I said, I don't know if I believe all of this. Like, this is hella messy. I'm like, this sound like a money grab because Cassie, she put out her civil case and Diddy settled a day later. We covered this in November. That's when that story broke. Diddy settled a day later, y'all. So we felt like blood was in the water. Even if it wasn't true, people were going to come out and make claims. And the problem is it could be true. That's the scary part, is that maybe these people aren't lying. So when he said that there was a white guy that carried the drugs and that they used a pink cocaine drug. Check this out, y'all. A liquid cocaine that's pink called Tucci or Tucci. It's spelled T-U-C, Tucci. Okay. And he was like, yeah, Diddy uses, he has these pink pills. Somebody's echoing. And I didn't believe none of it, right? And then all of a sudden, fast forwarding to today or yesterday, there was a young white male that got arrested when Diddy's plane was in Miami. They searched the plane. They found a bag full of pink cocaine. And the white boy, Brendan, fessed up and said, yes, it's mine. So apparently whatever Lil Rod said about the white male was true because he's now arrested. So now it just adds credence to say, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he wasn't lying at all. Responses.
So I think there's a number of things. And I didn't want to forget, in his allegations, he also mentioned that Diddy got him to procure prostitutes, sex workers. So that tracks with the other lawsuits. But to Lil Rod's credit, he's been trying to get this going before Cassie.
He has. He has. The question that I have with the Lil Rod and the Cassie, everyone's mentioning sex workers. This is one thing that I'm maybe in the dark about, because I know women and celebrities, they talk about how they don't mind like doing sexual acts and getting that money. Like, what is this definition of sex workers? I'm sleeping with you and you're paying me. Like, what is that definition? They keep saying it, and no one looks when I'm just looking as Michelle, like a regular person. I'm looking at this girl. I'm seeing you in Louis Vuitton. He's buying you a bunch of things. You're leaving with a bunch of bags. Is that a sex worker? Like, what is?
Well, the understanding that I have, the understanding I have, and I'm going to speak from the case. Diddy would send Lil Rod to a strip club. I don't recall the name, Cara, but it was something, the Wild Weasel. It wasn't a Wild Weasel, but it was, something like Crazy Girls or something. And, I have to look the name up. But he would say, you have on a specific proprietary bad boy entertainment hat that no one has. And when he went into the strip club, that was signal to the strippers, oh, Diddy's in town. He wants to procure our services. So in this case, a sex worker was someone that is exchanging sex for money. I
know strippers, and that's very regular. There's money in the room. I know strippers. That's normal. When he pulls up in the parking lot, the security lets the girls know, lets the housemaids, and they all know, go in the bathroom, go wipe your cooch, come back out. There's money in the building. That's not sex workers. I'm trying to help me understand.
Well, hold on, Sophie. Hold on, Sophie. Let's not. I know that today's. First of all, shout out to Queen Sheen. She's in the comments. What up, Sheena? Sheena's in the comments. Y'all see her. She said, "Hey, y'all." And then shout out to my cousin, Dr. Moore. My cousin Spencer. Where is it at? Yo, this computer is not cooperating with me. All right, yeah, my cousin Spencer's in the building too. Shout out to Dr. John Spencer Moore. What up, cousin?
We all took
all
a
right,
drink at the
so
same. Me, Michelle. We were like,
yeah,
oh,
so look, we don't want to shame sex workers, but I'm gonna say this. I remember back in the day in the 70s, right, in the 80s, people used to be ashamed to look at adult magazines. You would have to go to a gas station and buy a magazine with a brown paper bag over it. They used to put brown paper bag over fifths of liquor. You couldn't just walk outside with fifths of liquor, right? But in today's world, man, listen, sex work is pretty much they normalizing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm not gonna shame sex workers, but I will say this: let's not make a mistake. Sex workers, in the case of Diddy, were giving up coochie for money. Let's just
Can I
call it what it
clarify
is.
that
I
just a
think
little bit though?
we're like making it something that's like maybe I'm not shocked. Okay, so maybe if you guys are shocked with the word sex worker and prostitute, because to me they're
No.
interchangeable. And we keep saying sex worker, sex worker. If you were paid to have sexual exchanges with somebody and you weren't drugged, then that's what you're doing. You know, I guess the word sex workers is probably because it's an illegal document. They're maybe making it a little bit different, but I'm like, I still need understanding in what this sex worker is, because I'm seeing them not drugged up. The
It
clips
is what it is.
not help me understand. Prostitutes, like that's not it. Him going to a strip club and being paid, to me, would be regular for that environment. Him going to the mall now and still trying to find, like R. Kelly would go to the high schools. I feel like that's more like him trying to solicit it, like underage girls for sex. So what is the sex worker thing that is not a stripper who?
Let's go with Evette, because Yvette's been waiting. Go ahead, Evette, and then Cara.
I think she's on mute.
Yeah, she's on mute.
You got
All
on
right.
mute.
There we go.
A sex worker is usually against your will, so to speak. It's like you're
I disagree.
there and you.
I disagree with that one. Because
I'm
really asking for.
I'm going to tell you, because I work I don't work, but I have been to an event here, not recently, at our college, where
go ahead.
women are pushed into sexual, as they say, sex worker against their will. They're like, they might have a friend, and you hear on most of these claims where he's forcing people to sleep with other people that they really don't want to be. That's considered a sex worker.
Isn't that sex trafficking? Isn't that sex trafficking when someone is coerced and pulled in against their will? But I want to make a fine distinction, because there are people that are consensually working in the sex industry, whether it's an OnlyFans model, whether it's a prostitute walking the street, whether it is a high paid escort that gets paid to fly out, or whether it's a person stripping on a pole that ain't giving up the pussy, they just on the pole. Or whether it's someone that's doing adult modeling. That's all under the umbrella of sex work. So there are sex workers by choice, and then there are people who are trafficked.
That's
and
different.
Forced into,
and
that's different. The trafficking is a crime. The sex work itself is not a crime.
It's not as
there has to be a transaction between money and an agreement. So,
Yes, that makes it sex work, some sort of sexual gratification. And look, and you make a great point, Michelle. The sexual gratification doesn't have to be that intercourse was had. It could be I'm on stage and I'm doing sexual things and movements, and you're getting a gratification, and you're paying for that gratification. That's
it's
sex work.
peep shows, it's strip clubs, it's brothels, it's happy endings at the massage parlor. It's just escorts.
It's Instagram models. It's Instagram models that say, "Hey, baby, if you want to see more, tip my Cash App, and then I'll DM you personal pictures." That's sex work.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you.
I agree,
because we're kind of
to answer.
I was just like, I don't see them. So sex workers.
But can I just go back to your question, Sophie?
I do want Cara to finish. Yeah, because you were trying to answer, Cara.
So sex work is the exchange of some sort of sexual act for goods or their equivalent, money, services, whatever it might be. So I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, not like legal advice, that they use sex working because when people hear prostitute, it comes to a different connotation, right? A lot of people think, you know, the Pretty Woman scene, and it doesn't always look like that.
The pretty who
Okay,
what?
and that's
The
relevant.
Pretty Woman scene with Julia Roberts, you know, walking down the stroll and she gets picked up by Richard Gere. It's not always like that.
No.
You know, it can be at, you know, the fancy bar downtown, you know.
But I
Guys
do want to
pick-
make this point. I'm sorry not to cut you off. I do want to make this point. And I think you were getting at this earlier, Sophie. Carisha, Young Miami, right, has said on podcasts, I'm a whore with a W, a whore with a W. And she's now being criticized by 50 Cent, said it, and others, that she's a sex worker for Diddy. Like, oh, okay. So you being with him for the money and you giving him punani for the money. And again, like you said, Cara, it could be goods and services. You giving him the punani for these bags, giving him the punani for these trips. You giving him the punani for these opportunities in the music industry. You giving him the punani to have access. Well, go ahead, S.
Yeah.
I said something's being exchanged. It ain't she's not doing it because she wants to do it. She's doing it for a fee.
Right.
Whether it's prostitution, strip club, whichever, whoever, they're only doing it for a gift, money,
right,
a bag.
Right.
They're being paid for they're being paid for their services. However you want to slice it, nice, whether it's regular or common thing in the strip club, they're not dancing just for free. They're dancing for money. They're not fucking dude for free. They're fucking him for money.
Okay, so we have those. And then we also have people like the Mariah Careys who are brand new. Because I want to go back to Cassie because I know somebody was kind of like, oh, she went with the bag. And I know Cara, we kind of vibed on our reaction to that, like going with the bag as opposed to going where the money is. Mariah Carey got caught up in a situation. I'm not saying that she was molested or anything like that, but she was dating a very, very older man. She was very new to the industry. And then she married him. And then
Tommy Mottola, Sony.
Yeah. And then
Tommy
she
Mottola.
got out and she had very nice things to say about him. We've got the Aaliyahs, you know, young people who are new to the industry and they don't know and they get caught up. That's different from the Carishas who are on Instagram putting a blast against a woman who had a baby for Diddy, the latest baby, saying that if I wanted you to sit on my face or something like that, Diddy would have it done. Like you're broke, you're this, you're that. She's like taunting her, like, you know, I do it and I get paid, you know. So it's a difference between someone who's just doing it, who's trying to have a relationship with Diddy, and then somebody who's actually working for him and being his toy.
Okay.
But don't help me. I understand what a sex worker is.
I agree, but I got to add this until, and Cara, back me up on this, until you are moving them across state lines for the purpose of having sex and some crime is involved, like they're minor. Like for instance, you could have a minor, like somebody that's 17, like S was saying on a hypothetical. S, you don't have a 17-year-old daughter, do you?
No.
Okay, that was a hypothetical. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So going with a hypothetical, if a person has a 17-year-old daughter that says, I want to go to this Diddy party, I want to go to this R. Kelly party, I want to go to this whomever party, and they go, you know, you can't stop them. Somehow they get out the house and they go, and they consensually have sex with whoever at that party, right?
But they
if
can't.
Diddy, R. Kelly, or someone,
They can't. Let me stop you. They cannot. A minor cannot consent to sex.
Thank you for the legal definition. But what I'm saying is, in their head, they agree that they want to sleep with this person. I know they can't consent because it's against the law. But I'm just saying, if a 17-year-old is in the room and no one is forcing them, and they like, hey, baby girl, you know what? You looking good, and that girl give it up, even though she's not supposed to. Right? I'm saying that the perpetrator that slept with her is not only guilty of sleeping with a minor, he's guilty of flying a minor across state lines,
trafficking
a minor, and that can get pulled into a RICO case. when you start flying, when you know how girls be like, oh, I want to be flued out, you know, oh, fly me out, daddy. You better not fly out no minor.
See, these
And you
people
better
are
not
not
have sex with no minor.
role models. And they've been prepping us with their city girls being up, city girls being down, encouraging being flown out. They're really prepping for when those people's children go to the concerts and their approach, they've already got that in their mind. They want to get flown out. They want to get bags. They want to get, you know, a picture. They want to get all that clout. It's just, you know, it's just the industry. And now the only reason why we're learning about all of this is because of the internet. It's nothing new. You know, Elvis, like I keep saying, Diana Ross and Michael Jackson and all these people, Smokey, all of them. There's just so many things that now is coming out because somebody's on their deathbed and they're having confessions.
Yeah, it still don't make it right. Right. We know that. It still don't make it right.
Yeah, I'm just saying that now it's just, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's highlighted. I want to bring up this headline here. So we mentioned that pink cocaine was found in his plane, and that the young white male, Brendan, I believe his name is, was arrested. Well, here it is. Pink cocaine. This is from El País in Spain. Pink cocaine, the expensive and trendy drug, is neither cocaine nor high quality. All right, also known as Tusi or Tusibi in Spain. It sells for about $100 per gram and is a mixture of cheaper substances such as ketamine and ecstasy.
Oh,
Going to the next screen. Hold up, share screen. All right, so it's ketamine and ecstasy. And they're basically saying, as I find the next slide, they're basically saying it's cheap, y'all. They're saying it's cheaper than what you think. You know what I'm saying? And they said it basically has ecstasy, caffeine, and a couple of other things that you can get, you can get to. And they're just like, yo, it's really not that expensive, but they broke it down. It was pink. And so this added credence for me, Cara, and Lil Rod's lawsuit when he's saying that Diddy had a handler that would keep these pink pills. You know?
Another thing I wanted to comment on really quick. Oftentimes people pick handlers that don't look like they would be handlers, if that makes any sense. So
blend into the crowd.
Yeah.
Unusual suspects.
Yeah.
Unusual suspects. Exactly. All right. So I can't find right now the other description of Tucci or Tusi. Well, how is it pronounced?
I think it's Tucci, but
all right.
I'd probably say Tusi.
Bugged up because that's what they found recently in Diddy's. I'm trying to make the connection. I've heard of people talking about that, but what I got to do with Diddy?
So what they got to do with Diddy is, and thank you for the segue. You know what, you guys, let me just go ahead and play the video. All right, this is a clip. It's about a 2-minute clip. So if you guys have seen it,
really quick before you do that, I just wanted to talk really quickly about ketamine. I didn't realize that was what was in it, but ketamine has serious side effects. It causes like vomiting, confusion. It just completely distorts your mental capacity. You sometimes have loss of motor skills. So it's interesting that would be what his handler was alleged to have been found with, in light of all the rest of the allegations.
Okay. Well, someone said, what does all this have to do with Diddy? I think that was Sophie. So Sophie and everyone else, I get long-winded, but I like to give background and pertinent information. Now we're going to get into what happened this week. I don't know if you guys know, but Diddy's homes were raided simultaneously. His homes in Miami and his homes in Los Angeles were raided simultaneously. So what I'm going to do now is play a clip from Fox News, the local station out in Miami, as they discuss what happened. So this is about a 2-minute clip. So if you guys want to take a moment and take a break, you guys should go ahead.
The Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in, making the raid in there and clearing that as well. So they're going to do a thorough search as they conduct this raid. And so far, Stu, from what I understand and from Haley on the ground there, they have not seen, and we have not seen from our vantage point, any sign of Sean Combs, the 54-year-old who is believed to be the property owner of this. They are gathering information, talking to the folks who are there on the property, as well as going through the home. It wasn't as heightened as we saw just 10 minutes ago when they actually got onto the property.
Well, definitely a little bit more relaxed as far as the investigators that you see right there. And now we're getting more of a count. You can see that there's 4, maybe 5 people down there, 6 total that they have removed from the home. A couple of them still in cuffs.
We don't know what exactly they're looking for, who they're looking for, but again, this could possibly be linked to a sex trafficking investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive. But as you heard from Haley right there, she believes, and she's been hearing, that we do not think that Sean Combs is on that property at home right now. He may be in New York as this raid is being conducted. But we do know from our reporting that over the course of the year already, just as early as March this year, there have been several lawsuits filed against Sean Combs. So clearly this could be part of it. We are not sure at this point.
Wow. All right. So that was the first news story. And here is the second.
And you see on the left, that is the Command Control Center for Homeland Security Investigations. And in the driveway with the red and blue lights flashing, that is their forensics van. And as this is happening here, let's go ahead up to Sky 10 so you can have an aerial view of what we've seen earlier today. As this action is happening here, we know from HSI Homeland Investigations that a similar action is happening outside of a home in Los Angeles.
All right, well, no, we're back. We're back. Sorry, I had to finish my. There you go. We're back. Man. So Diddy's homes in Miami and in Los Angeles were raided simultaneously on 2 nights ago. And his sons, both Christian Combs, aka King Combs, the one that looks like his mom, Kim, and Justin Combs, the light skin when his first born. They were both put in handcuffs and detained. And Diddy was nowhere to be found. Not signifying anything, but Diddy was not there on the premises when this happened. They're saying that Diddy did not know that the raid was happening. And his plane was tracked going to look that day. His plane went from Palm Springs to Van Nuys, from Van Nuys to I think he ended up going to Florida in Miami. And when he was in Miami, his plane was stopped and searched. And that is when the young white male they found a bag with this Tucci in it, this pink cocaine, liquid cocaine that had been hardened into pills. They found the bag, and the young man fessed up, said it's mine, and he got arrested. And Diddy was allowed to leave. And Diddy is now, according to flight records, his plane is in Antigua. And so we don't know if there's going to be an extradition. We never saw Diddy get off the plane when it landed. But there's a lot of speculation that he should not run. He should not flee. And now things have happened. Diddy he's had to give up his stake in Revolt. He willingly yesterday gave up his stake in Revolt. All of his shares he sold, and he gave up to I believe one of the publishers of Essence magazine. So Diddy is, it's a lot happening, but yeah, he had to give up his shares in Revolt. Got a little picture of Diddy in Revolt. There it is. Diddy had to give up all of his shares in Revolt, y'all. So he no longer owns the cable network that he founded. That's a big deal.
I'm hearing that the deal is not finalized. I know he did step down as chairman of the board, but I'm hearing that the actual sale hasn't been finalized yet.
I wouldn't be surprised because it just happened a day and a half ago. So there may be reasons why it's not done yet. But look, this is the open discussion part of the show. And let's go with a few people that's been quiet. Al, you've been quiet. Ash, you've been quiet. Let me go with Al first. Al, unmute yourself. What's your reaction, man, to Diddy? One other thing. A young man was shot in a studio. So the producer Lil Rod said that Diddy and his son Justin, his firstborn, got into a heated argument with the young producer. He claims that they went into a bathroom to discuss things, and then shots rang out a few minutes later. And then Diddy and his son walked out unscathed. And the young man, whose name was called G, they just said his name was G, he lay on the ground bleeding out. And as people surrounded the bathroom, Lil Rod busted through and was like, yo, we can't let this man die. He starts covering his wounds. He's like, call an ambulance. And when they called the ambulance, according to the lawsuit, Lil Rod claims that Diddy gave explicit instructions to say that the shooting did not happen in the studio. It was a drive-by, and that Diddy was not in that room when it happened. And I guess he threatened everyone there. Lil Rod and everyone complied. And LAPD allegedly never said nothing about blood being in the bathroom, never had reported that someone was shot in the bathroom. They just took the story that it was a drive-by and left it at that. And Diddy told others, hey, look, I got people. If you ever get in trouble in Miami and LA, call this man. He'll clean it up for us. So that's when Lil Rod feared for his life, and now the lawsuit is out. So having put all that stuff out in the air, and I'm gonna start with Al. Al, how do you feel about this Diddy lawsuit? This, Diddy do it? The whole thing. I mean, where you at with it?
Yo, it's overwhelming for him. It's overwhelming things going against him. Sex trafficking in itself, the penalty for that is stiff, along with all of the other allegations going up against him, and his track record isn't good. People die around this man. People go to jail around this man. And he's able to come in and out like he's Mr. Untouchable. And I'll tell you, I think he knew about the raids. I think he knew they were coming. And he looks, I mean, with everything that's going against him, it looks overwhelmingly guilty for him.
You think he knew? You think he knew the raid was coming, and he bailed?
Oh yeah, definitely.
S
to be one more thing, to be that powerful and have both of your homes on each coast get raided simultaneously, you know about it. You know it's coming.
Yeah, you do. And well, to that statement, Diddy did release a statement through his lawyers saying that, and I'm paraphrasing here, that it was excessive force. It was military level force that they had AKs. I mean, this was 30 vehicles, not 30 people, 30 vehicles. And you see what we just put up here. I mean, military style looks like almost some sort of a Humvee or a tank. I mean, it ain't a tank, but it's in that style with an open casing at the top for a shooter. That's heavy. It's heavy. And so, Diddy's lawyer was saying, It's not unusual, Cara. Why not?
It's not unusual. You have to think it is the size of the home, the allegations of drugs and firearm. That's not an unusual show of force because they don't really know what they're walking into. It looks crazy to us, just everyday people, but this is not excessive now. There is no real way to gently go through someone's belongings in terms of time. They're not.
Right.
Unfortunately, this is common. I'm not saying it's right, but when someone's home gets raided, this is usually what happens.
Yep. I agree.
Normally, I usually give a person the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But this stuff here, his track record is as is. We've heard of him going into a executive's office with his bodyguards and him beating up the executive while his bodyguards watch. We've heard of, him, or we saw him with his TV show and how he treated the band members, like the arrogance that the man moves with. One of my friends was worked for him for a brief second, and it was brief. He said, walked into the house. He said, I need my food ready in 30 minutes. He sat there for a few minutes and said, you know what? Let's go to the Malibu house. Stopped cooking, packed up everything, loaded the car up, changed his mind and said, you know what? We're going to stay here. Food still need to be ready in 30 minutes.
Right.
They was telling me about they was telling me there's barber, and although he's being paid for it, and it was one of them stories way out. We was all like, when I first got into the game of barbering, we was like, man, I wish I had a client like this. Now I don't. But he said he was being paid like $7,000 a week, and he said dude would go to the house to Cuddy, and he would jump up and say, we're gonna go to Miami. They stop in Atlanta for a day. Then get to Miami. Now they're there for 2 days. He still ain't cut the man, but he's just he got him there on call. Like the arrogance that he moves with because he has money. Like we've seen it, and it look like it's come to bite him in his ass. No puff.
He had an umbrella.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
That was the whole.
Yeah.
Whole family.
Yeah. And then we've heard the stories of the homosexual acts. Like it's 2024. Go ahead and come out the closet. They accepting you now. Like you should have just gone out, come out, and a lot of stuff wouldn't be. A lot of that stuff probably wouldn't be used against him. But now it's like, because as a straight man, like nobody wants that jacket put on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for that jacket to be on that man for that long, yeah. I've heard other people say, one dude described him as a very powerful.
Yeah.
I was like, and this dude is in the industry. We've all seen him on TV, and I was like, oh wow, like this is just what it is. And in regards to the how they went at his house, like the nature of the crimes, I think that's what is the reason why you saw all the stuff. You've heard about the violence. You've heard about him keeping people against their will. So that type of stuff. I've had friends that's been apprehended in that manner. And the level of crime that was, like, one was the rare diamonds that had been stolen, and they found it out here. And I don't know if anybody's been in LA to this place called the New Millennium Barbershop, but as far as the first building on the block, there were cars all the way down there. They had that style Humvee in that driveway. They had cars all the way down the block, turned around the corner, all undercovers in black and whites. They had another Humvee right there. Then when they got to the front door of the back door of the shop, they had another Humvee right there, and they were all in military equipment going in the shop. And then they went to another shop where the guy had he had purchased another shop. He had moved out, and they came and took that man just like that.
Wow.
So it's the nature. I think it's more the nature of the crime. I had a friend that was accused of home invasion, and he said he was sitting in his car, and he said, "Damn, they on somebody," because he saw like 15 officers coming up, military style, and he looked at. And actually, he looked in the mirror and saw another 15 come up. He was like, "Damn, they on somebody. They finna get him." And then next thing you know, they was like, "Get out the car."
Oh wow.
And he was like, "Hey, what's this for?" He's like, "Yeah, home invasion." He was like, "Man, look, I do a whole lot of things, but this ain't what I do." But honest to God, that's a whole another story. But honest to God, like they came and got him just like that. So I've seen that before. I know it's the nature of the crime.
It's the crime and the size of the home. So how many exits do we have to cover? How far can he go? There's reportedly an underwater tunnel in one of the homes, I think in Miami.
Really?
So
in Beverly Hills. In Beverly
Hills.
Hills.
Okay.
Hey, Evette, I know you said you had to head out in a little bit. Evette, anything you want to share with us before you go? And we'll continue, but I wanted to give you a chance to give us closing statements before you head out. Uh-oh, you're on mute. I'm sorry, Evette. You got to unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I was saying I don't really have too much to say on this topic of celebrity, because I mean, I've said this once, I'll say it again. I don't follow these people's lives like that because I'm out here living mine. That's number one. Their job is to be out here and entertain us. That's their job. They just got a couple more zeros in their dollars in their bank account than I do. So I mean, I follow them as far as I'm supposed to, which is for the entertainment and the enjoyment of their artistic abilities that they are sharing with the world. And that's what they're here for me. Their personal life and their freakiness. See, that's what people don't realize. Some people, the higher they go up the totem pole with the dollars, they kind of get a little bit out of touch with the real reality, and they need more things to stimulate their frontal lobe. So they do weird stuff, and then sometimes they think they just are above all because they have money and they can buy and do whatever. And you have those people that will be yes ma'am, yes sir people around them because they're getting paid to be. So that's all. So I don't really follow it. I mean, one day they got to meet their maker and they have to answer for their crimes on earth. So that's the way I look at it.
The time is now, apparently.
Yeah.
No diggity, no doubt.
Take that. It's a whole different meaning now.
Take that.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm going to continue to listen while I prepare myself. I just had a very, very just long day.
Okay.
But I will.
Well, we appreciate you, Evette. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, Evette.
Good seeing you.
Lady 18.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Evette.
All right, Mom.
All right. Man. Hey, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube watching. Shout out to everybody that's on Instagram watching. I still got people watching. I know y'all can hear the show, but hey, Instagram, man, y'all need to come on over to the tube. Hold on, let me show y'all what y'all missing. Let me get this phone out the way. Y'all got to come on over to the tube, because look, man, we got all these people. See all them pretty faces? Look at all them handsome devils and beautiful queens. Look at this.
Hello.
Look at this, man. Y'all need to come on over to YouTube. Go to YouTube.com/DaveLifeTV, or go to YouTube and search for DaveLifeTV, all one word, and go to the live tab, and you will see After Dark episode 249. We live right now. All right. So I know y'all hearing us over here on the gram. Come on over to the tube. Man.
I'm waiting.
All right.
I did some homework. I don't follow these people either, but I'm like waiting. So I'm waiting for everyone to talk, because I've got
So Sophie, you got the stage, Sophie. No. You wanted to get to Carisha. I don't have any more graphics. Well, I do, but I know I want you to, because you said Carisha was a whore, a self-proclaimed whore. Not that you accused her, she did say that on a podcast. And so you were getting into girls doing stuff for the lifestyle, for the bags, and other things. So what you got, Sophie?
Well, I wanted to make sure, because those of you who are watching on YouTube or Instagram, I know there's a lot of pity for the raid and the aggressiveness of the raid. But I want you to just kind of go back into the corners of your mind and think about historically, when there are people, especially people of color, who think that they can play the game with other cultures. Eventually you have to pay the piper. So this looks to me, yes, Diddy was doing a lot of things that were lewd and lascivious, but they are, in my opinion, are doing all of this excessive and warranted use of force. Could it possibly be that they are also raiding the house to obtain the evidence to also protect themselves? He did not get to move through killing people, blowing cars, and all those things without any type of help.
Somebody help covering up.
Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is not only to capture, some of the things that they need, but also probably tuck to the side some of the things that
Sophie.
want
Sophie, that girl. Sophie, that girl. I have to agree with you. You make a great point. And here is what I want to add to that statement. I heard so many things online about this case. And one of them was a parallel to the R. Kelly case. They set up these allegations. And please hear me. I am not saying that the allegations are fake. I'm not at all. But it starts with a civil case. It starts with a civil case. It starts with allegations. It starts with claims. And then, and Cara, I know you got to rock out in a few minutes too, so let me know if you got a bail. But just stay with me, Cara. I feel like Cara, you was up later when you came to the studio. You was a ride or die that week.
Don't do that.
I have to take my mother to a doctor's appointment early in the morning.
No, I got you, Cara. I was there with you. You guys, we need to talk about what happened when Cara and Dave was together in the same room. There was an after party, and it was 5 o'clock.
You make it sound like it.
Atlanta time. Now they were just showing me the studio, and we were kind of going over our research, having like candid discussions about like everything. So don't.
No. Cara proved that she is here for the show last week. She proved it. Cara stayed up late, and I know she was jet lagged. And then look, the studios that we were in over there, they didn't have the air right. We was sweating bullets. We was
Y'all saw
it took us an hour to get the
update my
technology right.
writer. I need to get a writer for this show. Okay.
That's right. But no, check out, that was episode, if I'm not mistaken, episode 247, ladies and gents. So y'all go check out 247. And then the one that we did with Tony, me, Cara, and Sophie and Tony was 248. Anyway, Sophie, yes, you make a great point, and something that they made parallels to, not only the R. Kelly case, right? And how allegations came out, a documentary came out, and then that sparked an investigation. So in this case, civil things came out, allegations came out, and now you have a Homeland Security investigation where they took all of his electronics and raided his cribs. Okay. But this also reminds me of not only R. Kelly, but it reminds me of, I want to get the other case right. Of course, Bill Cosby, because Diddy was allegedly drugging people and taking advantage of them, right? So that reminds me of the Cosby case. There's another case that what's escaping my mind, y'all? What's another? We had Cosby, we had R. Kelly, Weinstein, right? Using your power in a business like the movie business, or in this case, the record business, using your power to take advantage of people. Weinstein, Epstein.
When he went after the alcohol, when he went after suing the alcohol,
DeLeon.
DeLeon and Ciroc.
Yeah, so there's certain things that you just can't do. Don't get it twisted. We are allowing you to move the way you move until when you step on toes. Then we no longer protect you because we knew, right. And you knew. That's why you weren't there. And let's also, because we haven't got there, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump way ahead of it and stand on it.
Go ahead.
Be acting like, oh my gosh, they arrested Diddy's kids, 30-year-old boys. Those are not children. They were groomed under the tutelage of their father. So what they did is what they did under the direction.
They didn't get arrested. They didn't get arrested.
Well,
they didn't get
I heard,
arrested.
I'm just saying, I heard someone say that all this happened in front of them.
No, they're misspeaking. So just to clarify,
I'm talking about was just what I was looking at online.
No, I hear you. I just want
to
one point of clarity. It's whenever they're doing a raid, they
Mm-hmm.
always secure the adults. Right. So you can't. I mean, so they weren't under arrest.
Cara, though.
Mm-hmm.
But Cara, I know they were saying that the judge gave them a warrant to go procure and secure electronics, right? Because they're looking for evidence, right? So going back to real quick, making parallels in the Tupac case, the Keefe D case, where Keefe D basically told on himself in all of these Vlad interviews, Art of Dialogue interviews. Shout out to Vlad and Art of Dialogue. I'm not hating, but Keefe D basically put himself in the car. Put himself knowing there was going to be a murder and put himself handing the murder weapon to the murderer. He did all these things, and he had a book that he put out that detailed a lot of his movements. And you know what they did, S? They went to Las Vegas last year in 2023, got a warrant, and went and got the book and went and got whatever electronic records. They basically found evidence to prove that he confessed to a murder. So they went and procured. He was, but they had to get the book to prove it.
Yeah, but that to me that's different respectfully, because when you climb the ladder, the more people are going to see you're behind. And there's other things that's up in the tree that we down here don't know about. It is a facade. If anyone here listening, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you think these celebrities are making money off of concerts and musics, you think they're making money only off of concert and music? They make money off of the other things that they're doing. So they have investors. They've got like commercials they're doing. They have
liquors, clothes.
They have what?
I said liquor, clothes, brand deals.
Yeah, what's that called?
Like endorsement deals.
Who?
Endorsements.
Endorsement. So that's why it's very normal. For if a football player is caught drunk somewhere, he loses endorsements. They're going to investigate. They're going to do all those things. So Diddy is, in one aspect of it, was running the football team, but he's a QB. We all blame the QB. If the football team is not doing good, who are you going to blame? The QB, then the coach. And it's to protect the other team players who may be effing up as well, but you go for where the person that's easiest or it's most, I'm trying to gather all the words together. It's not only Diddy. He made an agreement. I'm not sure if he made it with blood, but he's made some agreements, and there's some things that you just can't do when you've made those, when you've signed those dotted lines and you come too close to the edge. They're going to show you who you are and where your place is, and they're going to invent. And this is where my Christianity comes in. You can't be playing that with the devil. He gonna tell you where he gonna tell you where the money is at, and then pull back the screen and say, "Oh, look at him right over there," and that's what he's experiencing. He went and followed all these people and had the free reign to just do it, and he got comfortable and he got sloppy and he got arrogant. And Stevie J was so arrogant. He was with his best friend doing an interview with another Black YouTuber or interviewer, and he was getting fellatio.
Yeah,
no one remembers
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fellatio, and he's saying, "This is my best friend." These are the people that are yoked with you. And then Stevie J has his own type of stuff that he's doing. So everybody that's associated with him, there's a clip of Puffy at the Oscars. He didn't even have an Oscar party this year. Mr. Big Bed. I've been looking at that bed since I was probably 16 years old. This big old bed that he used to always have. He's known for his parties. How come
he canceled his appearance at the Grammys? They, because of his album, he was asked to come to the Grammys. He declined. And Puffy don't decline no public exposure. He don't pause, no Diddy.
I wonder why.
He don't decline that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to jump in really quick, Sophie, this, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This, because we heard about the negative things, we heard about the R. Kelly level stuff, and we heard about Diddy, possibly liking men, and we heard about these things for years. We heard about the possible criminal involvement. Again, Shine took the fall for Diddy. People have been coming out saying stuff. It's just shocking when you get and Cara, do you have to go? Let me know.
Yeah, my last remark, and I'm out.
All right. So let me finish my soliloquy, and then I got you. But no, man, he a soliloquy. So he has all these things, but what really got me is I don't understand why, if you're a powerful individual with money, and in the case of R. Kelly, I don't know about Diddy, but in the case of R. Kelly, you had women falling all over you. You could be with anybody. Why would you mess with a minor, number one? And why would you mess with somebody of the same sex, number two? Now, again, like you said, it's 2024. If you want to come out as same-sex attracted, do that. No, just hear me, Sophie. What I'm saying is the stigma that was there 30, 40 years ago isn't quite there. So if you want to come out and say that, just do that. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Well,
you don't have to drug people. You don't have to drug people and assault people. All I'm saying is, and I'm letting S. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let Cara close out, and then I'm coming to you, S. I mean, Al. I don't know why, if you have that much power, why you have to take advantage of anybody. Why don't you just say, hey, look, I like men. Hey, I'm bi. Hey, I like, kinky sex. And then just go be a part and go do that. I don't understand that part. But Cara, you have some last comments before you got a bell.
So it's not always about the sex for some people. It's more about being able to exert their power over another human. So their sexual desires and the power are two separate things, and they don't always align. Right? I think also when you have that level of power, you begin to exist in an alternate reality, and you don't think you will ever get caught. Right? And I don't necessarily think that Diddy got any more sloppy. I think the times have changed. And I think some of his victims have been away from him long enough to get the power. And then the dominoes started falling. So I don't think he did
under him
different. He just didn't update his playbook. He's playing back in the 90s. And it's 2024.
Before you go, Suge Knight has a podcast from prison.
Which is nuts.
All right.
Which is nuts.
Collect calls. Ain't it crazy? Collect calls with Suge Knight.
But you know what? I didn't think that was real, but okay.
Hey, but you know what
I'm
though?
so happy.
I'm gonna give him some credit, and let me tell you why. Shine spit a verse on Confessions from prison, and JD recorded it. Lil Wayne spit a verse from prison, and they recorded it. So there is a way, if you're a producer and you have all this technology, to get those sound bites and place it together and have a verse. There is a way. So for Suge to say, hey man, I know I'm locked up, but I'm still Suge Knight. I know a lot about the record business. I know a lot about Death Row. I know a lot about Bad Boy, for that matter. I know a lot about Tupac and Biggie. Hey, shout out. Hey man, salute to Suge for owning his content and finding a way to get it out there. I ain't even gonna front. That's amazing. But having said that, Cara, before you go, and you can comment on this too, Suge basically told Puffy in his last Collect Calls episode, your life is in danger, man. He told him straight up. He said, hey, and I gotta believe that Suge was being sincere when he said this. He said, hey, we need to pray for Puffy's kids because his daughters and his sons are in danger. He said, Puffy is in danger. And he said, yo, when you go against them people and you know too much about what went on in them back rooms, your life is in danger. And I will say this, Epstein did not commit suicide. I don't care what nobody say. Epstein knew too much.
Allegedly.
They locked him up in prison. Allegedly. They locked him up in prison. And he allegedly took himself out. I don't think he did. I think whoever he knew information on took him out. And we're going back to Sophie said this, that maybe they went into Puffy's house not to find evidence, but to destroy evidence. Do you remember when Michael Jackson died?
My name
People
is Sophie.
went in and
Allegedly. Wait, because I'm getting a little nervous. I'm about to log off too. My name is Sophie. Allegedly. Hold up now. Wait a second now. You know, hypothetically,
it's all alleged.
I don't even like that word, but since y'all, Sophie, that girl, alleged.
Right.
I'm a grown woman.
Sophie said, "Listen." Sophie said, "Hold on now."
I'm a grown woman. I have
Right.
a family, and my kids are not 30. You know, so hold up now. Allegedly.
So
you know, I'm just saying maybe it could be somebody else, y'all out there who are probably y'all are people, and you're
Agreed.
going after somebody that's lower on the totem pole, and you're protecting yourself, and you're exerting your right to protect yourself.
And this is all hypothetical for the people that's watching. We already said we're going to stick with facts, but we will get into opinion. This is the opinion portion of the show. But yeah, man, it could be the case. It could be the case where they went and destroyed evidence, not collected it. Cara, Rhymes with Sarah. What you think?
What I think is not really, I haven't seen anyone discuss this, but his children's mother, I bet she knows a whole lot.
Wait. Are we talking about Misa or Kim? Misa or Kim?
Yeah.
Well, Kim, yes, but she's no longer here to share.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Cara. What you said? Kim is what?
Saying has passed.
She's passed.
Kim Porter passed. Yeah, she did pass away. Kim Porter.
She would have had some receipts, and she's passed.
Right.
So
but I'm speaking about Misa. But I'm speaking about
who's
Misa.
Still alive. Justin's mother. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if you remember or even heard, there was a bit of information around Russell Simmons and Kimora.
Dig in my mind. Go ahead.
Yes. And Kimora and Misa were sharing. She was like, she's had enough as it relates to her son. So I imagine that she might have a plethora of information.
Let me jump in. I did hear that Misa said, "I'm tired of y'all messing with my child." And I also did hear, hey, don't mess with the mama bear, straight up. And I also did hear, not to go too far into the rumor mill, but I also did hear that Cassie said, hey, Kim Porter, who passed away, rest in peace, was writing a book, and there's a hard drive and there's information. And so Cassie, look, Diddy wasn't taking her lawsuit serious. Then she dropped the lawsuit with all the details, and then he settled within a day. The quickest settlement I've ever seen. So I'll just say this, and then I'm gonna throw these names out here. Al B. Sure posted today a couple of things. He posted to his son Quincy. He said, "Come home. It's safe here. Your biological dad," because Puffy has been raising Quincy. He also posted a video where a doctor was speaking on all of his ailments because, Al B. Sure fell ill last year out of the blue. And a doctor spoke on all of his ailments and was saying, "Oh yeah, you were septic, your heart stopped, all these things." And his caption said, 1 + 1 not equals 2. 1 + 1 equals a hand pointing like this, you. So he said, is the mathing yet? So Al B. Sure is throwing subliminals out there like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So there's all types of rumors and conjecture surrounding Diddy, from Al B. Sure to Jerry Fox to others.
Yeah.
I just find I find it strange that Al is reaching out to his very grown son on the internet.
Yeah. Yes.
Not taking away that he doesn't know anything, but he's not a teenager. He's a grown man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna throw one more thing out there, and you guys. Look, we are in open discussion at this point. We've talked about the facts, and then you out. We in open discussion. 50 Cent, right, has been trolling Diddy forever. Even saying Diddy likes men. Diddy offered to take me on a shopping spree, is what 50 said. Right,
Yeah,
50
Diddy's
been going. Yeah, he been going off on Diddy for years. So now that all this is coming out, 50 has been like, yo, this is a movie. Like, can y'all believe this? He's been laughing, memes, all this stuff. Well, it got serious today because 50's, he has 2 children. He has Marquise, and then he has Sire, his youngest one, which is probably 11 at this point or somewhere around there. And Sire's, cute young man, right? Handsome little devil, right? Sire, his mom, Sire's mom has been hanging with Carisha and Diddy and them. And so 50 came out and said, hey, Carisha, you a sex worker out of your own mouth. And then he basically addressed his baby mama and said, hey, I didn't know you was a sex worker too. And so she got mad and went back at him and said, look, 50, you have raped me and you have assaulted me in the past. Let's talk about your true nature. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I was like, oh my God. Right. She just threw it out there. And so she was like, you're abusive and you've sexually assaulted me and raped me. And 50 came back, 50, and I'm coming straight to you. 50 came back with a lawsuit asking for full custody. And he said, yo, you moved a block away from me so we could spend more time with my son. He said, I was mad busy working. You got offended and you moved away. And all of a sudden, Puffy is paying you and giving you money. And now you hanging with Puffy. So so it's become very, very real now. So 15's issues with Puffy have spilled over into the baby mama thing. And then CVJ asked for a fair one and said, yo, you calling me gay, you claiming I was the guy in the video. Let's shoot a fair one. So it's spilled over, y'all. So,
well, it's spilled over because
reactions.
Yeah, they've all been in proximity of him. CBJ, it was found in that particular video that it was not CBJ. 50 Cent's ex-wife did post a picture.
There was a gay porn star that came out and said it was me. So in other words, in the lawsuit, there was a picture that looked a screenshot that they alleged was Stevie J. The gay porn star came out and said, no, it was me. And likewise, every picture that said Puff was kissing a underage girl, there was a woman that came out and said, no, that wasn't an underage girl. That was me. And the video was too dark to tell, to be honest. The screenshot was too dark to tell.
I can believe somebody was paid to come out and say that.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
That's too convenient. That's too convenient.
Yeah, exactly. I want to give out. I'm sorry, Cara. Cara, you gonna head out?
It's just I wanted to give context. Daphne was named in Lil Rod's lawsuit along with Miss Carisha, Young Miami, for receiving a monthly fee in exchange for sex. Right. So 50's not pulling this out of nowhere.
50's baby mama. That's 50's baby mama.
Yes.
Now, let me say this. If you are 50 Cent, you're a mogul, and your first son, the baby mama and you don't get along, so the baby mama poisons your son's mind. And now Marquise don't have nothing to do with his dad. And so 50 had to cut him off. Now he got Sire, his young son, who's cute as a button. And 50 and Sire. Pictures, everybody like, oh man, I love that. 50's a great dad. And now all of a sudden, baby mama is getting paid to run around with Diddy and supposedly for sex. I wouldn't want my son around that.
You don't have any control.
But now she's saying that
you don't have control
as well. Now she's saying that she was drugged and raped as well. Even though she posted pictures of this is the happiest time of my life. Leave me alone.
Now she's saying it was not consensual.
Now she's saying that I'm a human. Please pray for me. I'm a godly woman. I'm all these things. But now everyone's changing their story. But it doesn't negate the fact that you were on trips and you were going out with Diddy. And now the white boy, everyone is claiming that you were a sex worker, which we defined was somebody who is, in this instance, willingly being paid to be on
goods and services to exchange.
Yeah, services, and he's paying you for his time with you. Carisha was more flamboyant with it and was like, "Hey, this is what it is." This girl was not. Now Cassie,
go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I'm not trying to cut you off. I just wanted to make sure he didn't forget his point. I'm sorry, Sophie.
no, you go.
Were you?
No, it's good. You were asking a question earlier about Diddy with the allegations of Diddy being with men and a person of his stature. Why don't he just come out? I'm gonna tell you why. Because again, S said it earlier. Endorsements. You have companies that don't want to push that narrative that he is endorsing their product.
Not
So
today. Not today. You can do that.
well, no.
He might get
hold
more
up.
product.
Hold up, you can, but however, if you look at certain products, even though today the alphabet community is really large, however, they're not larger than everybody else. And
But
you
you still can't say anything against him.
no. All I'm saying is when you have multiple when you have multiple different endorsements and you got your hand in all these pots. All it takes is one particular company or somebody to tell you keep that under wraps, and you have no other alternative but to listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you risk that? So from that standpoint, of course, let the allegations, let people say what they say. Everybody know what the truth is, and you can still live your life and keep your money. It's a power move.
Hey,
I
real
agree.
quick, shout out to Sarah. She had to go. Shout out to Sarah.
Bye bye,
So,
Sarah.
Karen Robinson, Sarah, thank you so much, Karen. We appreciate you. Go ahead,
Let's
fellas.
go.
I agree, but disagree to a certain extent. And today, like I said, it's 2024. Like that's not the same today. Like
Right.
I mean, we've seen a very famous, basketball player and an actress, let their son transform into a girl, and next thing you know, they became, they were the spokespeople for the world for
The
kids of
darlings.
that, and
Yeah.
then next thing you know, you saw them on commercials all the time. The one was on, I think, a Puma's commercial. You know what I'm saying? So in today's world, they're not going to drop you because you come out and say you like men. They're not going to do that. More deals might come. That's what I'm saying.
Sexual orientation, someone's sexual orientation, what they do behind closed doors with women, dolls, toys, whatever it is their sexual. It's their privacy.
It should be. It should be. It should be.
It's not when you're when you're a public figure. It's not your privacy.
Okay,
No, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. It is. I mean, but the thing is,
hold on.
I mean,
so we're saying. Well, let me make sure I'm following, because this goes back to celebrity relationships or public relationships a couple episodes ago. Well, actually, last episode 248. Are we saying that just because you're a public figure, you don't have right to privacy? Yes.
No.
You don't have the right.
No.
No, but what I'm saying is, be honest with you, heterosexual people don't come out and say, "Hey, I'm heterosexual."
That's true.
Hey, I like girls. Hey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they come out and they got to make it be known, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that. It's just what it is. It's what we've seen. I'm truly. If that's your preference of what you want to do, that's your business. That's your.
How come Diddy?
That's your
how come
private
Diddy
life.
can't do that? So how come Diddy can't do that? How come Diddy, if he so likes men, or if he so likes men and women, why not just come say that versus plying people into using criminal activity to get what you want? Why not just you Diddy?
I think the gangster image.
Exactly. Thank you. It's the perception of what he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
The gangster image, Al.
It's the
gangster.
But we've got lots of people who stand on, this is my private life. Even though I may look like this, it's my private life. And I'm not negating the fact that he has done horrible things. But if he does not feel comfortable, and a lot of these men now, I've watched a couple different shows that they don't consider having a man put their mouth on them or hitting them from the back, they don't
Ugh.
consider themselves gay. There are men out there that can like, no, for $1 million, if a man was to go ahead and do this, I'll do it. They don't see that as gay. So he may not even see himself as gay. He may see him as explorative or open. This is what we do in the industry. That's kind of how I feel like he doesn't have to. He doesn't owe me to say I'm gay. He doesn't have to whatever he wants to label himself as right now. He's labeled as a predator, as a molester, as a sex trafficker. That's what he's labeled as. Whether he's LGBTQ, W, X, Y, or Z, or Puff Daddy, right now, baby, your house is getting raided, and we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so let me speak on that, and then Michelle, I want to get your input too, Michelle, because I know you've been quiet.
Yeah.
So I agree. People can make whatever choices they want, and look, Michelle, in corporate America, right, we have to be inclusive and tolerant, right? I don't want someone to discriminate because I'm black. I know you don't want someone to discriminate because you're Latino, right? We shouldn't discriminate because someone has different preference. So I'm not condemning Puffy for whatever he may or may not do in the dark. However, but when you have that sort of, listen, man, I'm going back to it. R. Kelly, Puff Daddy, Michael Jackson, whomever was accused of any craziness could have any woman they wanted. For that matter, if they like men, could have whatever man they wanted that's into that. For they're global icons. They shouldn't have to ply people with drugs. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, they should. They should, and they do, Dave, because just because you sit on a certain platform doesn't put you in the position to get who you want.
And they think that they can. So
because, like me, if he wants me, I don't give a fuck. My bad. I don't care how much money he has. You can't have me. So here comes the pressure of more money. Here comes the pressure of drugs. Exactly, and that's what this is about.
Men are still hunters.
So, well, yes. We are talking about men like Weinstein, Epstein, R. Kelly, Cosby. But okay, and I'm coming to Michelle because Michelle has been a little quiet. What do we say, Michelle? Because men are hunters, I got that. But what do we say for the women that enable them? Epstein had a handler.
I have so much
Diddy
to say.
had people.
Oh,
What do we say?
I mean, I'm gonna go beyond that. I will answer that, but this is to me just looking at everything that everybody's been saying. It's just disgusting, and I think that as a society, it's our fault because we allow that, because we give these people the power, because we go and buy their stuff, because we allow it, and we don't educate our children enough to say no. And I'm honestly pissed off because why do I care about his friends and his family and everything? Everybody's in there. It's in the mud. They're in the mud, and they're all guilty and they're proving innocent, or the other way around. But I'm just tired. And as a woman, I'm not gonna get myself into that just because the guy has a lot of money. And we need to teach our children better. And I'm really, really, really tired of this. Honestly, giving power to these, as a society, to these celebrities. Why do we keep doing that to Epstein, to Weinstein? Why cannot be responsible? Everybody owes, and everybody is responsible for the shit. And I'm sorry that they do and they allow. And I'm just tired of it. And I don't care if you're Puffy. I don't care whoever you are. Why is this still happening? Why do they get away with this? Why the drugs and everything? And it's just mind-blowing and disgusting. And as women, we need to be better. We really need to be better.
So I'll jump in. I'll go back to what piggybacking off what Al said.
Sorry, I had to really let it out.
No. Hey, listen, matter of fact, let me give
you was on point. She earned that.
Applause for that. Yeah. You earned that one. Definitely. And Michelle, real talk, I appreciate you on the show, your perspective. I really appreciate diversity. And thank you for being here because you have a unique perspective. So thank you for that. So I want to add this. And we still got to fix your mic because you don't. When we play back, you gonna hear
I
it's
don't
like
know.
going. It's like
I turned
going.
everything off. I'm sorry.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out,
Yeah.
Michelle. It's all good. But piggybacking off of what Al said, it's a power thing. You know, because look, y'all. You know, 20 years ago, I'm like, man, I want to be an actor. I want to move to LA. I want to make it big. I get out to LA and I'm like, oh, some of these actors are crazy. I'm like, oh, what's going on out here? Wait a minute. Right. And then I'm like, oh, it's a popularity contest. Sometimes it ain't even about talent. It's about who you know. Right. And I am much happier being an independent content creator, doing my own show, connecting with real people, talking about real topics, than I think I would be chasing a Hollywood acting dream. Not that it can't happen, but if it happens for others, great. But Al, I'm not gonna give nobody power over me. You know, I'm not gonna worship someone or chase clout or chase opportunity to the point where I'm compromising myself. They would have to drug me, like you said.
Well, see,
ain't no way in
and
hell I'm gonna agree to some mess for opportunity and access. I'd rather be out here and be a blue collar grinder and get it done versus
well,
chasing.
see, but you're looking at it from a sane mind. And when you have individuals that all they know is I want to be a star, they convince themselves that there is nothing else out here for them other than, and when they get into the position to move out here to Los Angeles and get they figure that's being close to their dream, they are going to do whatever it takes to fulfill that dream that they convince themselves that is for them.
I want to live that lifestyle. This is my dream. I'm willing to do any and everything for it.
Yes.
I see
No.
what he
Yes.
has. I see what he's doing. The bags. Oh, I want a Birkin. I want to. I want the Louis. I want this. I want to be on private jets. And what do you have to do to compromise yourself to do those things sometimes?
Exactly.
Like. I mean, I always, you know, this is a wild thing that happened one time. I was staying in Century City. So I'm at this Rouse, and I got my son with me, and we pulled up, and I seen this nice Ferrari outside, and we go inside the store, and I see this amazing looking woman, and she's with this dude that just does not match up. I said, son, that's his Ferrari.
All right.
My son was like, no, it's not, Dad. You don't know what you're talking about. Just how life happens. We happen to get to the line at the same time. I'm like, ooh, let me hurry up and pay for this shit. We walk out, and all you hear is drives off. Like there is no reason they would be messing with each other. I used to work on Melrose, and I would see the oddest couples, and you knew it was a money situation. They don't fit together. And it looked like it was Beauty and Abuse, Shrek, and whatever her name, you know, the princess was.
Right.
They didn't match up.
Bell.
You knew it was it was about to pay.
Well, you know, again, it's about the illusion and the allure. I mean, take us for granted. We drive nice looking cars, but we live here driving nice looking cars. But from the average individual coming out of town or out of state, and if they happen to see us, they're automatically putting what they think is Hollywood, and they see us because we have these nice cars, and they just automatically equate that this is Hollywood, this is Los Angeles, everybody's doing it, and puts them in a state of mind that I will do whatever I can to drive a car and look like him, and him.
Dave Chappelle said, men don't buy nice cars because they like nice cars. They buy nice cars because they know women like it. You drive up, gotcha. Gotcha, bitch.
I have a question.
Hold on, Michelle. I want to ask Sophie. Ask Sophie a question. Sophie, you got to bail out. I saw your message. You got to go in a minute.
I was letting y'all chat. Yes.
Are you gonna? Can you give us 15 more, and then we're gonna all close it out, or you got to go? Because hold on, before you even go, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we've really covered it, and I'm thinking we probably got another 15 minutes, and we can bounce, or we can all, or we can let Sophie go, and we can all just kind of get into all types of hypotheticals around this situation that we may not have covered. So I'll just ask the four of you guys, other than Sophie, y'all want to stay on a little longer, or y'all want to go when Sophie goes?
I don't care.
I got about
I can
15
stay.
myself.
Yeah.
So 15 to do it.
Let's do
All
15.
right, 15. All right, so Sophie, can you hang out for 15?
Yes. Because I
All
feel
right,
like
so go
we
ahead.
haven't even hit the iceberg. I feel like we haven't even. There's just so many moving parts. It's like happening live. There's so many things that we try and touch and bring. And I really, you can see the cadence of the audience on what their feedback is and where they are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I did research again, like Auntie. I don't follow these people. I see the clips, I see the memes, but because we were having the show, I did do some deep diving into Puffy years ago having a school. It was a school. It was called something kind of just Puffy something
Puffy's
where
flavor unit or something like that.
flavor unit, where he
Yeah.
was having young boys come to his house. They were underage, and different like videos you'll see. Usher had one of them where he said that he would not send his children there, that he was there for about a year and he saw a lot of things, and the interviewer was kind of probe on those things. There's video clips of Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Video clips of him, approaching men, saying awkward things to them, and either the reaction on their face where they are visibly uncomfortable. There's all of these things that I know we all like saying allegedly, but really when there's smoke, there's fire. Even Candace Owens is saying that he's just like, he's one of the many other people, and he is a fall guy, but you have to follow the game. And Puffy, I think it was that Ciroc thing or the alcohol thing where he just went a little bit too far with his arrogance.
Great point.
Filled right back.
Great point. Miss Anzie said Puffy's flavor camp. Yes, Puffy's flavor camp. Usher was there for a summer, not a year. And to clear up who, it was the Howard Stern interview, Sophie. Usher was on Howard Stern back in the day on Sirius XM, and Usher was explaining Puffy's flavor camp. And he said, I was a young man. I saw a lot happen, and I got exposed to the music business. I learned a lot. And they said, oh, well, Usher, would you send your children to a flavor camp? He said, hell no. Just like that. He said, hell no. So he knew whatever he saw as a young man, young men didn't need to see, because he wouldn't send
not only what
child.
he saw and what he partook in, whether it was by choice or not.
Right. Like, remember Karen Steffens had her book, and she said they would go in the studios and Usher would be sitting on his lap.
Yep.
People thought she was just talking about outside her head. Guess some of this stuff is true.
And I saw the video of Puffy telling Justin Bieber, hey man, and how Puffy talk, hey playboy. Like, I don't even, he be doing a bit too much of that. Hey daddy, like, no, stop that bullshit, man. No.
Yeah, buddy. But brother love.
But
right, that's his new
calling
name, brother love.
Brother love. And he calling a 15-year-old, he's calling a 15-year-old, daddy or whatever. But he was, offering Justin Bieber a Ferrari. He said, hey, when you turn 16, this your car. And when you turn 18, this your house. Right. And it just sounded very much grooming and plying. You know what I'm saying? Because look, man,
like what it was.
When you 15, you want women. And if a man is like, yo, we got women all day, come on, hang out. It's a bunch of naked women. Come on, hang out. But in the meantime, they're giving you alcohol. They doing stuff. You're a minor, and they just giving you access. And then they constantly touching on you.
Like S said when he gave the depiction earlier about if he had a 17-year-old daughter. Where are these parents? Justin Bieber's 15 years old. Come on.
The problem is
because they were sold a beach in the middle of Atlanta, that I am trustworthy. I've got money. I have a lineage of people that I have made successful. If you give me full control of your child, I can make them a star. And then you're seeing the numbers. So that's what the parents are.
Well, yeah, and then also you have these kids that again, when they are when you're grooming, a lot of these kids, their parents have an idea that this is what you're going to be, and this is all you're going to be. And then once you get to a point, again, 15 years old, and you meet a person of P. Diddy's stature with his reputation and his money, come on, if you're trying to break into music and that's all you've been pushing on your child for 12, 13 years of his 15-year-old life, and you meet a Puff Daddy, who's going to say no?
I mean, look, you're right. You're 1,000% right.
That's why your parents got to be around.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, the parents are the ones not saying no.
But yes, Al. But hold on. But these are parents that don't have the moral fiber to say no. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out. If you are a broke family from the projects, but your child can sing and dance, and somehow your child gets exposed to the greatest producer there is, or the greatest dancer or singer there is, and that dancer or singer says, "Hey, I'm on tour, but I'd like to bring your child on tour with me, and we're gonna do 30 dates. And if you just sign this form that allows me to take your child out of state, I'm gonna show them the music business. I'm gonna teach them how to dance, sing, and everything I know. And if you're poor from the projects, you just might be like, well, he is gonna pay my son $5,000 a month, and we're hurting for money. We're broke, so you just might go for it. And I'm not saying it's right. But I'm saying that predators take advantage of people that have needs in poverty.
And kind of to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about parents, like, because I had to think of some shit, and I remember seeing this young girl. She was being groomed to be a groupie. Like, her mom was an NBA groupie, and we're at a basketball game, and she walks into the game, and mom, very beautiful, and one of my people say, yeah, she messes with this basketball player and that basketball player, and her daughter used to mess with a star high school player that became a great NBA player when he was in high school. It was like, damn, they grooming kids to be groupies.
Yeah.
So these people were willing to put their kids in in that type of environment of let's call it snakes.
Yes.
And let and whatever happens to their children, daughters, little men, however it comes out, as long as we're taken care of, we're good.
There it is.
Miss Anzie said that Usher's mom did it off the strength of L.A. Reid. She thought she was doing what was necessary to help his career. And look, y'all.
L.A. Reid used to have what's the boy Andre Harrell.
That's right.
Patterns. Andre Harrell had Puffy. Andre Harrell had Puffy. These are patterns of these people.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So L.A. Reid and Andre Harrell as an intern or a mentor. I never heard that one. But I will say this. Andre Harrell had Puffy as an intern, or a mentee.
Andre Harrell also had Tupac.
He did. And Michelle's coming back. I think her battery died. And then we're gonna close it out, you guys. We're gonna close it out. Puffy also worked under Clive Davis, and they're claiming that because he was close with Clive Davis, he got the Universal deal, the Bad Boy Records deal, the unprecedented amount of money for an intern that never owned a record label. He had all kind of startup money.
That's how it works.
But some people alleged that he was Clive Davis's, boyfriend. I'm just telling you what was alleged.
They don't call it Hollywood for nothing.
Yeah, and Al, it takes a person with a certain constitution to be able to say, "Yo, I don't care what y'all offering me." Like you said, ain't no amount of money. I don't care what money or opportunity. It takes a certain constitution because hey, when your dream facing you in the face, supposedly, if I just go on this 3-month tour with this stranger that I barely know, I'll have all types of opportunities. Yeah, but you're
And
putting
then,
yourself
yeah.
at risk because you're away from parents and everything. So some
Well,
people don't
think
have a
about it, Dave.
constitution.
Like the saying goes, everybody has a price.
Throwing them to the wolves.
And if you're in a position to cover
It's not.
that price, regardless of the amount, that's called power.
But I agree.
Hence what
But
Diddy, hence what he possessed. He possessed power.
I agree, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And here's what I'll say. If you are, I'm going back to Diddy's kids now. They 30. Justin is 30. I'm going back to the children because somebody said, because Sophie, you said they not babies no more. And I agree. I'm going back to this. When you're 12, 13, 14, 15, and you learning the game from somebody, if that person is corrupt and a predator, you really don't have the right to consent. You don't have the ability to truly understand what's happening because you're a minor. You really don't know what's happening. So yes, people have a price. But when a person asks a minor, what's your price? Now you're a predator person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I agree, but I'm just saying, just because people have a price, it don't make it right for Puffy or anyone else to allegedly ply people with drugs or take advantage of minors. If R. Kelly talked to nothing but women that were over 20 and he just got punani upon punani upon punani, that's his choice. He's an adult and that's their choice. They adults. But when you start getting into him doing that with teenagers, then it becomes, oh, well, you, R. Kelly, you taking full advantage of your influence and you're now harming minors. And so you're wrong. You know what I mean? These people don't have a right. Like, damn, if you want to do whatever you want to do, P. Diddy, whoever, go do that. But don't do it by plying people with power. Don't do it by threatening people. Don't do it by plying people with drugs. And don't do it to minors. Go find you a willing adult and go be whatever you want to be with a willing adult.
It's the culture that Hollywood has.
Yeah, that's sure.
That's why I said that we also allow it. We allow it.
Yeah.
We go by their stuff. We support that.
Well, yeah. And again, like Sophie was saying earlier, dog. Hey, this is what this is that track record. This is Hollywood's track record.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so with me, the problem that I have with it is, Hollywood's track record, yet you still partake in all of the activities.
As you should. Do you know what the word Hollywood means?
What does it mean?
It's
We're like waiting.
The Harry Potter. It's a wand. It's a magic wand. It's witchcraft. All of it. Hollywood is what they say it is.
It's an illusion.
And come out unscathed. None of them are really in their right minds. And now in 2024, Cat Williams kicked it off. Everybody is standing on. I'm not sure if the lease is up or if the blood is dry. I don't know. But someone's contracts are wrapping up and people I'm free now. I'm going to say what I want to say. And they're racking up the money.
Cat, I don't know what Cat was on, but Cat walked up in there with Shannon Sharp and said 2024. He said, you remember that interview you did with Kirk Franklin, the last interview, which was a nice, uplifting interview. He said, this is the opposite. He said, this interview is the reckoning. He said, 2024 is a reckoning. He said, all liars and all deceitful are getting exposed. He said, it's God's side and it's the other side. And if you're on the other side, he said, you in trouble because 2024 is about exposing. And I promise you he wasn't lying. Because it just seemed like the covers are getting ripped off of everything. Yeah. But look,
and that's what
we're gonna do this. And that's what Kirk did. Kirk went up there to encourage. But
Kirk went up there and is placating because he is standing in the middle in the bank. If those are all church folks, y'all know that game we used to play. You know, he's trying to be cool and hip hop, but he's want to be Christian. He's in the middle of the bank. Now it's a turn in Christianity now. Now it's becoming popular to be saved. Usher's the same person up is saying, "Oh, I'm a Christian. God gave it to me." And now they're standing on it. Before it wasn't that pop. Before you would never say God's name. Now they're saying it, and they're really they're taking out injections. Now they're excommunicating themselves from it now.
Well, I'm gonna say this before we go, because you're talking now about Black China. Black China then stopped calling herself Black China. She said, "My name is Angela, and I'm a child of God." And she took out her Botox, and she stopped being oddish, right? And hold on, what's this? Somebody said the year of completion. Okay, 2024. Okay, hold on. Look, somebody trying to come with something. Look at Miss Anzie. 2024. 2 + 2 + 4 = 8. 8 equals your completion. Hey, I'm not gonna go too far into that. I'll just let that stand, Miss Anzie. I'll let that stand. But I will say Noah had 8 souls on the ark. Go back and study your Bible. All right, we leave it there. All right. Hey, look, I want to do a round table before we go. I want to give everybody a moment to say their piece. Let's start just on top of the screen. So let's go with Michelle. I'm going to mute everyone and let Michelle go. I know we're getting a little bit of feedback, Michelle, but go ahead and say your piece.
Yeah.
What is your piece around Diddy drama?
I just want to say, if it smells like caca, looks like caca, it's probably caca, and we need to stop putting it up there as a society. Stop supporting it. Only they know in their group what they did, and they should be held accountable. That's all I have to say. Everybody needs to be held accountable and stop putting them up like they're gods. That's it.
Amen.
We need to be better. Thank you.
Everybody needs to be held accountable and stop holding them up like they're guys. Hey, Michelle, thank you for joining. All right. This is my friend, Michelle. I appreciate you, Michelle. Host of the Bartenders, Inside the Bartender Studio. Inside the Bartender Studio?
Inside the Drinkers.
The Drinker Studio. See, look, that's my drink. That's my drink kicking in, Michelle. So, hey, we appreciate your presence, Michelle. Thank you. And join us again next week. All right. I'm going to go ahead and remove you from the stage. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
That's Michelle in the building. Thank you, Michelle. All right. S, you up next, man. Give us your take, S. Diddy do it? Oh shit. Oh, I hit the wrong damn button. Look at me. Look at me. I'm tipsy. All right. Stop moving. Al.
Tipsy.
All right, S. Give us your take, man. Your last words on the Diddy lawsuits, the Diddy drama. Give us your conclusion.
You gonna press play on that?
Hold up, we can't hear you, S.
That's because you muted. You did it.
No, I unmuted him. He's unmuted. He's unmuted. S, you unmuted. Hold on, let me mute and unmute. Okay, mute, unmute. All right, S, you there? Damn it! What the hell just happened? Hold on, let me remove. Hold on, S. I'm gonna take and add Michelle back to the stage, her chair. Hold on, S. I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna take you down, no Diddy. And I'm gonna bring you back up.
Go ahead, Sophie. It's late.
S, you there? Oh, sheesh. We can't hear you, S.
Technical difficulty.
All right, S. Okay. Nope. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove you and then click on the link and then come back. Oh wait, you got your AirPods? Put your AirPods in. Did you do something different? Nope. Damn. All right, come back, S. Come back. Man, okay, so let's go with Al. Oh shit, and Al's man, Al, you and this Wi-Fi, we gonna fight.
Oh, that's this horrible ass YouTube. Don't blame me.
You're right. It's YouTube. All right, brother. Hey, Al, give me your take on Diddy, man. Your final comments.
Yo, man, based on based on his track record, I'm not surprised. It's hey, enough is enough, man. It's time. It's his time ran out, man.
His time ran out.
His time ran out. You know, it's just sad in these situations that people take so long to put the information out to stop this. But I get it. Money and power will have the biggest influence on anybody. And so, you know, my point is now it's time for him to face the music.
Yeah.
Take that.
Take that.
Hey, Al, I appreciate you, Mr. Al Tariq.
All right, y'all.
Mr. Al Tariq in the building. Hey, man, come back next week, Al. We appreciate your input. All right, bro?
Yes, sir.
My man. All right, S, since we got your vote, since we got you back, S, come on and give us. Yes, we can. We got you. All right, give us your final conclusion on the Diddy lawsuits.
Man, it seems to be allegedly, if all this is true, which many people believe to be true, but the only thing safe around this dude is farm animals because they can't speak. Like this is bad, and it's sad because it's a black man that's allegedly being accused of these type of accusations, and it's sad because you have so many people that look up to him. It's sad because with all of the good that he's done in the music industry, he's also done a lot of bad, allegedly, that he's done a lot of bad stuff. And it's just a bad look on us. It's a bad look on, people in power, us when we get in power, are we going to turn around and do the same thing to another black man? Because he's doing this to other black men and women. And we've seen what the others have done to us over the course of years, and we've read about it. And for us to turn around and do that to each other, I think you're the worst type of person in the world. I have zero respect for you. So, if these things are to be true, then I hope he gets exactly what he deserves for it.
Yeah. Amen. Hey, S, man, I appreciate you, man. Always keeping it a buck, as you say. Always keeping it a buck, my man, S.
Got to.
DJ the Barber. Thank you, S, for joining. Come back next week, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. All right, and then there's Sophie. Sophie, that girl.
The last
Sophie,
two standing, Dave.
Huh?
We're always the last two standing.
Yeah, you know what, Sophie? You know why? Because you've been putting in some extra work, like doing the research, looking up topics. You know what I mean? When I ask, hey, can someone help me look things up? It's been you and Cara doing some of the extra, just being supportive. So I want to give you your opportunity. I appreciate everyone that joins for sure. But I definitely recognize the lifers that put in a little bit extra. So give us your take, Sophie, on Diddy drama.
Okay, well, I want to thank all the lifers that are hanging with us. It's 12 o'clock, 12:30 over here in Atlanta. And I want to leave with you the benediction. And it's brought to us by the hook from I'll Be Missing You, Faith Evans. And she says, every step I take, every move I make, every single time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take. What a bond to break. Puffy, I'll be missing you. You made my high school so great. The outfits, the dancing, all of your name changes, the Sean Combs, we just loved you. If only we knew. So I'll be missing you. And that's all I gotta say. Every move I make, every step
Man,
it's kind of hard without got you being around.
Hey,
no, you're
wait,
in prison,
down.
smiling down.
Every night we pray for you. Every night we pray for you. My friend, yeah, man.
In my heart, come on, it's a shame.
Memories I can't
And I don't mind
believe.
like
I
the whole
can't believe.
the culture. It's just the culture that it sucks for the culture. So I miss
Yeah,
that
I know.
aspect of it. But hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. You know.
Man, I'm gonna say this too. You know, and you know what? S made a great point, and so did
Yeah.
you, Sophie. It just sucks that our childhood memories of Bad Boy, great memories, great music, great empire, black man promoting, love and entrepreneurship and ownership and excellence, everything. It's like, oh man, this is great. If only he didn't do allegedly, things that were against the law. Because you could support a man that inspires, but then when you see there's possibly bribery and intimidation and assault and sexual assault and all types of criminal, it's like, yo, man, why can't we just do right? And I'm not judging at all because no one is perfect, but good Lord, you on top of the world. I would say this to R. Kelly, to anyone out there. If y'all get to a certain point, man, cut the bullshit. Just stop it. Whatever was going on, cut the bullshit. Thank God, and be a better person. Do better. Once you know better, you got to do better. Sophie, hey, I appreciate you. Okay, thank you, Sophie, for joining. Sophie, that girl. Hey, you held us down, man. We'll see you next time. All right, Sophie. All right, appreciate you, Sophie. And you got to get to LA to come to Dave Life Studios. All right, you guys. I appreciate everybody for joining. It's been an amazing show. Thank you, everybody. It's Dave Life. Catch us on Dave Life After Dark, episode 250. We out, man.